Greetings. And yes, you are watching the right show on Friday night. I am Kev, and this is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Long live the habitual line steppers. Hmm. How's everyone doing tonight? Hope everyone's had a great week. I didn't drop anything in between weekend shows. So, just want to say to the subscriber base that just been a little lazy as a content creator, so promise to get back on my square real soon. And to Kenny B, appreciate the super chat starting off. It makes me feel good about this broadcast that we are about to have. This very night. Um, all right. So they're probably not gonna do a whole lot, but maybe I will do a whole lot and a whole lot more than that. Uh, get my thoughts together. Title tonight's broadcast: Heavy is the head who wears the crown. Mm. Yeah, because there's been a lot of Kang talk lately. A lot of we was Kangs, BS going around here, or who's the king? And there's this name that's just been going around, and I mean, what I've been seeing is pretty despicable. But what I've also been seeing is fuel for a lot of these channels' content. Now, it's not on me to judge a content creator or judge the quality of their content because there are some content creators out there that are consistent and they know how to draw in an audience. Negativity will draw in an audience, but if negativity is exciting, that means that negativity is doing its job and positivity is slacking. No one considers that reality right there. The fact that no one's giving positivity a chance. I mean, I understand. I admit that yes, it is, and this is through no. I'm not saying this with any kind amount of lightheartedness. That it is pretty tough out here in these streets for the black man. Whether you're in reality or whether you're in social media, which quite frankly to me is a reflection of reality, because no one wants to be doxxed. Hey, Logic Spear. Oh, wait a minute. I think you go by Ty City. How are you doing tonight, sir? New. What's good? Uh, I'll give you a blue wrench on another broadcast. If I mean, but I'm pretty nice to content creators. It's all good. So anyway, it's just I'm not here to have a whole broadcast talking about KS. So don't worry about that. That's what like a lot of you guys do. You know. So I'm gonna go back to a moment in history. There's a certain cat by the name of Aaron Fountain that wrote an article pointing out names of people that were in this misogynistic, anti-feminist, cult-like group called the Black Manosphere, whether it was or Manosphere, whatever wording it was in. And I think what happened is a lot of content creators lost their nerve. They lost their nerve so bad is that they start, and I'm not saying that whoever's listening, I'm not saying that this is you or might be you, but hey, it might be you. Some of y'all lost y'all nerve and just got, I mean, and it is probably, I'm not going to say it might be fear or it's protecting your brand, it's protecting your name, but I don't know. Me personally, I just like the idea of standing on something. That's just me. I don't run when people attack an area that I'm either close to or a part of or I like or something like that. I don't know. When I was in high school, I didn't like the rival school attacking us. So I'm not really normally a fan of detractors. Why do we run from detractors? Why do we every time someone says something, we lose our nerve? Whether you feel like you're a part of the black manosphere or not. Right now there are literally a bunch of channels that are making their name off the black manosphere. One channel I didn't hear of till the person that showed up on my show in December. And now every episode is Black Manosphere this, Black Manosphere that, fuck the Black Manosphere. The Black Manosphere is full of creeps, weirdos, misogynistic, sexist, people that want to see black women fail. They say the worst possible things they can. So when and really it is a psychological mind fuck because when you put it out there like that, anyone new or fresh that hears the two words put together, black manosphere, is going to have that negative connotation without even giving it a chance. Or at least that's what they're hoping. So people are just saying any and everything they can. It's like, why can't people do this cleanly? Why can't people do this? Have a little faith in their own product, have a little integrity. You know, make some original content. Now I say I'm not here to judge or rate your content, but does it all have to be anti-manosphere? That's why I got to watch who I bring to my show here, from here on out. It's like they could be trying to slip in, grab some subs and then turn that shit on you. I think that's happened to a lot of you bigger guys out there too. Somebody will latch on to you, grab your subs, and then turn your narrative on you. So I'm learning that at a much more tamer, smaller, calmer level. Just be very cautious of new people. Cause I mean, somebody's got to do it. I mean, I don't feel like I should put the cape on and be the hero for the Black Manosphere. Cause nobody's appointing me to do anything. I just think that a lot of you are just scared to do it. You'd rather go with your own thing, and I don't blame some of you. I mean, there's a couple of weirdos over here. I mean, you show up to somebody's chat and you disagree with a couple of talking points. Disagree with it, just lightly disagree. It ain't like I'm saying you stupid. You so stupid, man. It ain't like that. I got enough respect for you to say. But let's put it like this. Just because I'm sub to you doesn't mean I'm going to show up and agree with you 100%. Because, see, if I slightly disagree, it's a problem. It's like, what kind of shit is that? Just like, you come over here and disagree with me. Disagree with this accent in my voice. Disagree with the air you breathe. I mean, you can do what you want to do over here. As long as you don't get too personal, too crazy. I mean, it's cool. I don't have to agree with you. When you start making glaring assumptions about a group of people, and I know where that kind of psychology comes from. Well, y'all be doing that to black women. Discount Luther Vandross is all over the motherfucking place. Oh, y'all be talking about black women. Ooh, like, The fuck wrong with y'all niggas, man? That ain't all these people over here talk about. A lot of these guys talk about making money. A lot of these people try to educate you on what your problem is instead of just stating what the problem is. A lot of these guys over here give you solutions. A lot of these, like I said, a lot of these guys give you things that you can learn that you can apply to your life to make money. You don't pay attention to that. You pay attention to the negative. But on top of just paying attention to the negative, you want to bring the space down. So what? So what if I'm saying all this? Maybe I just like to have fun with bullies. I mean, I don't know. It is, I guess, like the psychology of people like that. They think they're bullying you because you're bullying the women or some shit like that. But then these same people get really upset when women come over here to talk to you. When women come to your panels. Like I said, in broadcast last week, hey, we were already used to women coming over here. So why is it when you put the name Manosphere on it that there's all of a sudden a problem with talking to women? So, but that conversation was last week. The thing is like when you hear the anti-manosphere speak, and then you hear that you're a bunch of bitch boys. Do you really go in and yeah, you hear them say things like, "Oh, they're a bunch of bitch boys. They're psychologically damaged. They're hurt." Oh yeah, you hear that a lot. That's called gaslighting. You know, not actually talking about what the talking point is. Just saying, hey, you know what? Just because people are watching your channel, uh, we as a group of traveling circus people are going to attack the space constantly and bombard it with lies and slander and shit that quite frankly does not matter. You know, I mean, yeah, it matters to people that it has not adversely affected, who just want to use it as information to try to destroy someone. Because one thing I learned is that people will take any bit of information and twist anything if they don't like you. They'll take any lie and make it into their version of the truth because they don't like you. That's very dangerous. It's really dangerous thinking. So many misunderstandings are created from that. But I don't know. I guess saying at this point in 2021, the black community is a misunderstanding within itself. I try to hold on to hope, but you keep seeing these examples of how this ain't working. I mean, maybe in the neighborhood that I live in, where there's a bunch of quiet, peaceful, wanting to mind their own business, just wanting to make the best homes that they can kind of black people. And, it's not a gated community. That might be too much information, but hey, I'm trying to make a point. You know, it's so easy to do that. People don't understand how easy it is, but you know what? That's not interesting enough for people. Everything's got to be a petty piece of mess. Bringing somebody down because they do 17, 18K views in a live viewers in a broadcast. Shit, getting to 1K viewers is something. 1K live viewers is something. That's really something. And people catch the jealousy stick at that shit too. I don't know, man. I'm just saying for all of y'all out there, if you want a bigger audience, just do better. I mean, you ain't got to hate on the black manosphere because the black manosphere is getting buzz. But yeah, whatever you got to do to build your channels, there are pretty strong channels here to choose from. So if you hate the black manosphere, you pick the right people to hate. I'll tell you that much. There's a large following of weak people out there. So now here's the thing. Oh, Kevin's saying everybody who hates the black manosphere is weak. Well, I'm just saying if you're following something without giving it a proper chance, if you're just going to take someone's word for it, and it just sounds beyond crazy because it's like this for all the stuff you're saying about the Black Manosphere. Why hasn't the FBI busted everybody? According to y'all, it's supposed to be all kinds of shit going on over here: rape allegations, child sex rings, grand larceny, grand theft auto, child abandonment, deadbeat dads. Oh yeah, that's a big one right there, because that anger comes mostly from women who didn't choose properly when they procreated with someone. I mean, let's just face that shit right there. It's a reality. To say it ain't true, most people will. Shit. Nicholas Omega. The very idea of black male sovereignty, dignity, power, etc., invokes accusations of hate speech. Truth be told, even dudes like MOT who tell black men to just exit the culture would be accused of being sexist. I mean, if I wouldn't take that, yeah, well, I wouldn't say that that was a sexist statement right there. That's just like, look, why are you still fighting for something that is fighting not to exist? You know, you know what I'm saying? Maybe this whole anti-black manosphere movement is the fact that black people are fighting to keep the shit ratchet and stupid and messed up. And I mean, I don't want that. I mean, a lot of people, I guess, who are childless or don't care about the children that they made, y'all want it messed up. Y'all don't mind it being messed up. And all you got to do is turn a blind eye to it. Those of us with children, we got something vested in this. I'm not saying you got to have a child for it to be more important to you. You know, I'm not saying that people with children are more than people without children, because that's really unfair to say. Because if people with children were more valuable at their word than people without children, then that means that you have to take a single mother on every one of her words. I'm not talking about the good single mothers either, so lead the culture. Lead the culture. Is that really a good idea for black men to just abandon the culture? I mean, well, I guess for some of you, you can do that because you know all of the problems are put on the black man. I mean, it's projected like all the problems are put on the black woman, and she handles it and she perseveres and she rises, and oh my gosh, she's so strong. But when they're put on the black man, is to the level of ultimate accountability. That's why I don't understand why people act like black men aren't held accountable. Is and when people say that is you're not. It's not that black men aren't held accountable. It's the black men that people don't like that are held accountable. I mean, people that there's a black man that people don't like that they feel that won't hold black men accountable. Say, for instance, like uh, I don't want to call a YouTuber name, so I'll stay in the habitual line steppers. Roger. Imagine, people, what they say about people, about men like Roger is they probably say Roger doesn't hold black men accountable because he holds black women accountable. Those are people that just want, if Roger were just 24/7 shitting on black men like that little guy over there is doing right now, and kudos to him. He built an audience because of that. But I know how he did it. If Roger was just shitting on black men 24/7, the only people that would probably have something to say about it is the black manosphere. All of those people complaining about the black manosphere, lying, slandering, they wouldn't have anything to say. They'll love Roger. The people on the outside, the feminists, all that stuff, they will love him. Just like they love your boy Derek J. That's what it is. I mean, when I go into space and people like, if the space is like, it's like if there's a bunch of people shitting on the black manosphere, you know what I do? I'll just make like one little comment. I mean, one little comment. I was like, God damn, what? It's like, it'll be something as simple as, what proof do you have of this? Of whatever you're saying. And then, all of a sudden I get a barrage of comments. Oh, here we go. Here come the manosphere dick riders. Here come the circle jerkers. You know, and they'll say that in mass. Why is it that people feel that they can just say something and they'll never get any response? Now, the Logic Spear, who was just in this chat, if I were just saying that the Logic Spear wasn't shit, fuck nigga, blah, 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 then he or somebody that's cool with him responds, and then I immediately say something like, oh, here they come. I don't understand why y'all defending them like this. Oh my God. Then what sense would that make? Because that's exactly what those people do. They say a bunch of shit about the black manosphere. You say something pro black manosphere, all of a sudden they're all shocked and surprised. And no diss to the Logic Spear. I don't feel like dude doing good where he's at, got a good setup and everything. So yeah, I mean, it's whatever with him. He keeps doing his thing. But what sense would it make? Okay, if you're shitting on someone and they can't say anything back, that shit doesn't make any sense. So I mean, it's I'm not going to be a nice person about it. It's not going to happen. I know it's going to be a bunch of gaslighting once I start to say something pro manosphere, because nobody's presenting proof of what they're saying. They're just saying a bunch of stuff. Oh, look at this. They're talking about black women again. I mean, it is. I understand if people feel a certain way about that. I do understand that, because I know people that feel a certain way about when you say something about black men. But it's like this: not agreeing with the behavior of ratchet, disagreeable, masculine acting black females is not sexism. It's not bashing women. It's not the bad behavior. Now is not, and I don't know how many times people have to explain it, but calling out bad behavior. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say this: it does get old sometimes, but at the same time, a lot of the actions are brand fucking new. Nobody's learning. No one is learning. Oh man. Hmm. As a female, I don't think it's bullying. You have a right to express your views. If women, men, etc., don't want to listen, then I appreciate y'all content. Don't agree with everything as a female. I'm not even saying like you got to agree with everything the black manosphere says. You got to agree with everything anybody says. I said earlier in this broadcast, you don't have to agree with everything I say at all. I mean, I respect, as long as you don't get too crazy or start saying things that'll get this video flagged. So, I agree with that. Uh, but when I say words like bullying, I will say something like attempted bullying, because there are people in the space that know how to deal with shit like that. It's only bullying if it's effective. I don't think it's really effective at this point. It's probably bitching at this time. You're bitching about the manosphere. Now, it's not you're bullying the manosphere at all. I'm not saying leave us alone, stop. I'm just saying when I punch you in your face, I'm going to explain thoroughly for several hours why it's about to happen. And and I don't mean like internet tough talk. I'm talking metaphorically. People don't get that kind of language. They immediately want to assume that you're trying to beef. So it's not, no, I don't ever, I wouldn't ever say that, that the manosphere is being bullied. You're trying to bully the manosphere. You're trying to. There's a difference. Black men of all cultural backgrounds tend to speak too much to the gaslighting narratives of their enemy, whether it's talking to racists or women that hate them. We love to gaslight trolling. Hmm. However, it's the internet and everyone can exist. People are not rational and are operating like children instead of grown people. I agree with that. I really do. I agree with that. Whether you feel about whatever anybody of these people are saying. I mean, I don't think that. Let me put it like this: I don't think it has to come to doxing. Doxing, when there's nothing else for you to do, the last resort. I mean, it has to be. It has to be a last resort. Doxing to me is something that a weaker person does when there is nothing else left to do. They try to put themselves on angels' wings like they're revealing the truth or they're some kind of investigative reporter. Because really, that's what investigative reporters do. They dox the hell out of motherfuckers. I just think that at this point, that doxing is just kind of failed based on and when you dox someone, you anticipate the stupidity of the audience that you are giving this information to, because when they find out a little bit of information, then they take it and they take it and then they try to twist it up in a certain way. Like, say for instance, person is behind on child support. They'll leave the detail out. Well, that was 20 years ago. Yeah, they're always doxing new. They're always doxing from what I hear. I'm not gonna say the names because, like, when it gets to the point where you dox, then you just kind of like you don't acknowledge those people because it becomes pretty obvious if you know someone is doxing. I mean, I'm not gonna let somebody just flat out fucking run me over. But once you learn that, you try to do as much as you can to avoid contact with a person like that. I mean, not everyone has that ethic. Not everyone has that resolve. They mess attracts mess. But I mean, it's just what it is. It's just what it is. I just don't like to really mess with people that dox to humiliate people. I'll put it to you that way. Shout out to Soul Provider Speaks. I mean, why are you trying to humiliate somebody? I mean, are you're really honestly publicly letting everybody know that you've lost a lot of arguments, that you've lost a lot of debates, that people see you as a crummy shit faced fucker, and you're trying to take you're trying to take people off that you're trying to take people eyes off your face, crummy shit face fucker shit, So what you do is you're just like what Dave Chappelle said in Sticks and Stones. You reach into somebody's past and you don't care how far back it is. You make this huge deal of it and you try to destroy someone with it. It was talk about, people like you, people who are close to this space. The ones that say all the negative shit about the black manosphere or have the nerve and the audacity to say kitten sphere in their space. Funny person, huh? Look at you, 6'5" of nothing. Shit. Let me talk about that heavy as the head comment. I mean, shit. You crown the guy king. I didn't. I thought he was just a guy that's red hot. He's the most productive person in the space, and a lot of people are just upset because you're not producing like the guy is. I mean, it is what it is. It's like shit. It's like, can you imagine what it would take to get to that level of people watching your stuff? When you drop any video, that's money on the table right there. Like, why wouldn't you want something like that or be happy for somebody like that? No, you're a hater. And I'm not saying you got to agree with everything somebody says. You can disagree with it respectfully. But people have jumped on that bandwagon of, what do they call it? The haters versus the defenders. I heard that terminology. It really is. It was about a smug person that really was just, one of those shitting on. I mean, seriously, how many times have you gone in a chat in this space and people are just constantly shitting on the Black Manosphere? Now, honestly, for some people who are considered a part of it, it would be tough to say that you represent that space. I understand how it is for some people. Some people care about what people think. Oh, they're shitting on the Black Manosphere. I better act like that. And I mean, like, they don't necessarily deny the Black Manosphere. They don't deny it. I mean, they just like whenever somebody runs a shit campaign, they don't have anything to say. They say, hey, you know what? I mean, shit's cool. I mean, it's like it's kind of slander. I need evidence for that. Some people will. A lot of people won't. I don't know. Maybe it's just that I get annoyed at the whole join the crowd mentality. D Rock Den, what's going on? All right, go ahead. Mm. And yes, as you come in, please hit that like button. Likes, we need the likes. Need all the likes. I mean, Hmm. Oh, okay. Did I ever say? Well, it doesn't matter. I'm here right now. Oh yeah, I did say something about that. The No Jumper podcast. Why, just to throw out an example of what I'm talking about when people, have to say what they say about the spear. Like, dude was saying that people were upset because KS did not mention the Black Manosphere. Or, there was another murmur that I heard as recent as today. Because, I do listen to some of the broadcasts. I do listen to them. I mean, they're very interesting to say the least. Like, all these different personalities. Why wouldn't you like something like that? They said something to the effect of, if KS makes it to mainstream, he's not going to carry anyone with him. He doesn't have to. That was his. That was it. Like, if he makes it mainstream, more power to him. Shit. If any of you make mainstream, you ain't got to carry none of us with you, or whoever. Like, even if you got a team, if Donnie, YS4W, my habitual line stepper brother, if he made it mainstream and he didn't carry any of us, I wouldn't feel slighted. No one owes you anything. They just saying any and everything. What's the problem? My panel is open. But, people don't do that. People don't come on there. Oh my God, who's the black? Oh my God. There's some people that try to smooth their way in, like they're kind of toeing the line. So that's what I want. That's what I want people to people to understand, especially if they knew you're coming up here. Because, I'm not really in the business of, I'm not going to promote anyone else that's going to detract the space because I felt like I kind of did that. I kind of promoted someone who, now is just shitting on the space, and that wasn't good for me. That's not good for the space. That's not what I want to do when I come up here to, to YouTube anyway. Yeah, I had somebody say to me like, I don't know, the chat that I showed up in yesterday where I disagreed with the guy, and then he obviously got emotional. And I mean, like, I wasn't saying anything that was like I said, in my perception, I don't think that saying that, no one says that when you start making assumptions about a group of black men and what they say and what they do. If I say no one says that, then people immediately just start to be like, "Oh, what's the problem, man? What's the problem?" I'm like, no one says that. You're accusing a group of men of saying something that they did not say. So no. And here's the attitude, and here's the notion I got from that guy. Look, and I used to get this from white people when I was younger as well. So I wanted to let y'all know that all these guys that call themselves hood dudes and, kind of down home southern white folks, they think on the same level. Just because a black man can say a complete sentence does not mean that he had it easy all of his life. If he grew up in a 4-bedroom house, it's not a fucking mansion. It's not. I don't get the negatory. I just don't. I just don't. It's just because this. I just want to let y'all know that for a second, because you know what? So a lot of you pro wax, you slow tips, you so called melanated BW black girl magic types. You know, you kind of think on the same level as the people you say you're not. Those WS folks, those Caucasus Mountains folk people, those down home southern conservatives. You know,
Winners.
yeah, think on the same level. So, what's up, Disavowed Dad? How's it going?
Not, it's going, man. It's been a while since I've been able to catch up on pretty much anything.
Yeah, but I mean, you sometimes you got life to take care of. That's the whole point of existence, to better yourself and to continue to make progress in your everyday real life. It's like this stuff right here is fun stuff, but I was told that I should not be using this for fun. That I need to be used this to console people, and I need to cry a little bit more, not whine like all we do over here is whine about women. That in more or less words that was said to me. But
Nah, I don't. It's not even the fact that we're whining about women or anything. Because in all
no,
honesty,
I mean,
you,
I mean that's what the word is. I don't believe that bullshit for a second, and anybody can come up here and debate me on it. Period. I
right?
mean, that's an open challenge. I mean, anyone. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and have a waste of a conversation. I'm not gonna put up with that. But people are so stupid. They decide that what's a sensible conversation and what's not a sensible conversation, and the word stupid is no exaggeration whatsoever. So was it okay? Go ahead, just vibe.
I mean, everybody's art form is up to interpretation. Just because, from my perspective, you put out a lot of things that hit a lot of topics and a lot of issues, and with black men dealing with black women, society in general, so on and so forth. Just like with the Black Dimension, you put out your interpretation of why you think something's going to be good. Like, say, for example, that last video you put out about the Mortal Kombat trailer, which was freaking fire. But
Fire.
like with two I's, with an umlaut over it, man. But anyway, you know, it's you putting out your content based on your vision, your viewpoint, your interpretation. And if somebody sees it as whining, then they're not looking at it from all angles like they should, because any information should be absorbed with an open mind instead of just one singular view. Because when you do that, you miss out on so many points to the point where you leave yourself ignorant and keep yourself from learning what's important or gathering a new skill. But that's just how I look at
Yeah, I don't expect the black manosphere to be an echo chamber, even though everybody says it's an echo chamber. And is, like I said, that's retarded.
it. It's not
It's
an echo chamber. It's like it's a warning flag, if anything. Like, look, we as black people are fading. It don't matter how much you think, you can go out and swirl it up or whatever. As long as we cannot get along together like we're supposed to, we're fucked. And this is us telling you, hey, stop fucking shit up, or at least
people
one aspect of
people want to continue to fuck shit up.
it. Right.
That's been determined, because why else would you try to just narrow all the point? I mean, every one of the talking points that is in this space down to all y'all want to do is just shit on women. It's like what gratification you get by spreading something like that anyway? Hero complex, simping. Oh yeah. They're trying to redefine simping too. Simping to me is not really what Michael B. Jordan is doing. I would say they call him Michael B. Jordan a simp for dating Lori Harvey, when it just when it boils down to it, people just date people. Feel however you want to about Russell Wilson, but it's like with the whole Russell Wilson and Michael B. Jordan thing, is like even black men are being used to turn against black men, or attack black men, because all week it's like, well, black men are obsessing over Russell Wilson being married to Sierra because he married a single mother that's been kind of passed around, and it's put on all black men. And what I do is I play devil's advocate. I try to get people into remembering the part where they weren't really checking for Russell Wilson when he was married to that white woman, and they always called Russell Wilson a cornball. Even when he was appearing on them American Family Insurance commercials, I don't know if people remember that, but I even used to make fun of his voice. Yeah, Americans just want to live their dreams, and I was like, who is this guy? But he was extremely talented on the field, though. Extremely talented. I mean, I don't think he blew the Super Bowl that year. I think that was a coaching decision.
You got to look at it like this, man. It's like, for some odd reason, based on the whole classism thing, it's like once a black person, quote unquote, gets with a white person, they quote unquote achieve the ultimate goal. And while Russell Wilson was married to that white person, all of a sudden he's married to what, like you just said, is a single mother who's been passed around, who's in a black society, and now, unfortunately, is looked at as a downgrade. And they're going to look at him as a simp because he had the most precious and ultimate of prizes. He had a white woman, and then he lost it. Which is sad that that's even a mindset, man, because hell, at the end of the day, at this point, it's all about just finding your fucking happiness, and if the man is happy marrying a single mother, fine, whatever. As long as it's devil's advocate, trying to virtue signal. Hell, I got a call.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'll speak for a second. Go ahead. Take the call.
Okay. If you can still hear me, that's cool. The call can wait. But as long as it's not them using Russell Wilson as a signal to not necessarily but to quote unquote force black men to marry single black mothers, because that seems to be the latest buzz lately going on. It'd be different if they're like, Russell Wilson did it, so can you go and marry single mother? Because that's the best you can get. Versus Russell Wilson is doing what Russell Wilson is doing. There's a difference.
Yeah. I mean, that was kind of a point I made like a while back. Most of y'all won't get a Russell Wilson because you're not a Sierra. You know, it's like, but even in a lot of black men do act like that they have enough discernment to not want to hook up with someone like a Sierra, no matter how she looks. Now, how true is that, or how false is that? Do you do you think that if say Sierra, like, okay, became available all of a sudden, do you think she'd have a problem getting a man?
I mean, it's not necessarily about her having a problem getting a man because there's always going to be somebody out there, that's going to be quote unquote um, below her level because there's always going to be some dude that's going to want her based on her looks. But as far as getting a man that is going to be in her realm of high value, I mean, hell, she's at this point she's leftovers. My opinion, and I know my opinion don't matter for much because I'm not involved in the Hollywood weird world. But from the outside looking in, she's still a single mother who's got a child that may or may not have a daddy, and now she's got to be the one to take care of that kid, which in the future could raise a spoiled rich brat who's going to look at all men as an issue and possibly end up like I don't know, Little Wayne's daughter.
Yeah,
But Russell Wilson at
I
this
think
point is probably
let
not
let me
going.
let me get you think. Let me get you to think about that too. Something happened with Russell Wilson. She's a multiple time baby mama, so let me get you to think about that as well.
Yeah, I mean, but at this point, it's like she's a multiple time baby mama, so the best she could probably get right now, if Russell Wilson were to not be there, is a hookup. She might be able to get with Future again or something. Who knows?
Say it again. We're so much alike. No, but I mean, it's whatever the case may be. Best of luck to them. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah,
say. Best of luck to them because nobody said anything about the time Slim Thug went after him. Said, Russ Wilson is a cornball. What they're saying is black men in general hate Russell Wilson, which I really think is exaggerated. I think there's a few guys that are pushing that simp narrative, but generally speaking, okay, who is this? All right, one second. All right, generally speaking, I would just say, I don't think black men are that upset about Russell Wilson. Now, come on. And that's saying that as a person who has defended Russell Wilson in the past. So,
in all honesty, I could. I mean, Russell Wilson, like I said, Russell Wilson's gonna do Russell Wilson. I care less about him as long as he's happy because in Hollywood, I guess it's hard to find people that are going to be your A1s because, you know, money doesn't always like being around money. And there's different degrees of money. So I guess he found his degree. He's happy. Cool. That's all that matters.
yeah. So at all costs, you would you say is the burden is on Sierra to make sure that things continue to work, or Russell? Because the reason why I ask questions like this is because no one has any problem putting in all the burdens on the men, and a lot of men don't mind that. But just I want people to be mindful that that is a double standard. Even if you don't mind doing it, that there is a lot of double standards that men let go. Okay. Hey, Natty, what's up, Natty?
Hi, good night, everyone.
Good
Um,
night. What's
I just
going on?
wanted to come on real quick. I'm not gonna stay long. Yeah, I just because the Russell Wilson thing kind of triggered me. I'm so tired of hearing about it. It's like all week, and I'm like, you guys, okay, fine. If he divorced her or she divorced him or whatever the case is, they're celebrities. So people are acting like he married someone that was like a freaking swati or mulatto, like a girl that had no money. Like, yeah, okay, you guys said she was a single mom. Okay, fine. She's a single mom. Like, there's no the majority of black women, like you guys say, as single moms. So I mean, it is what it is. So I'm just tired of this. It's like I feel like, okay, don't say feelings from Shahid. He said don't say feelings. I believe that a lot of people sound jealous, and they sound um they was acting like girls. A lot of the men in the managers is acting like girls. I have to say it because I
Okay, okay.
do. I honestly have to say that.
No. Here's one thing you're gonna understand. Number one, people are always gonna talk about celebrities. Just because people don't speak of celebrities
No,
good,
you could.
they are
Mhm.
acting like girls. They're allowed to have the opinions they want. And, like I said, there's nonstop shittiness about black men and black male celebrities. So I don't see anyone championing fight against that except for guys like me. So why are people so tired of it one way but are so nonchalant about it the other way? That's pretty much
No, but
my
I
opinion
feel.
on
I'm
that.
sorry.
But I mean, go ahead. You feel go ahead.
Okay, I believe. Okay, the reason why I say they were acting like girls is because I felt like there was some jealousy. They're trying to make it seem like, okay, the girl Sierra is married to Russell Wilson. He is, okay, their business now. It's not only like a love match. We see it's a love match. Yes, he made that statement about he feared losing her, whatever, whatever. So people, men, mostly men, because women weren't doing this, was saying, "Oh, he's simping because he said that he loves his wife and he don't want to lose his wife." Okay, like I feel like some of them, because they're not married, it's like in their feelings over it. Okay, he said that.
Well, here's the
Who
thing.
who
That
knows
is
if
a
he really
blue pill
believes that?
statement. That
It,
is the most
But
blue pill statement anybody can make. Though it's like
but
I'm afraid of losing my wife. That means that
okay, but
you're
okay.
displaying
how the hell
weakness
you
to
afraid of
the
losing
point
your wife?
where
You're in love and she love you and you love her, and
yeah, love
Okay,
is great, but love also needs to be backed up by logic too. Because if you verbally, because as a man, you're supposed to be the one that is stronger of the two. At least that's what society tells you, and what you have to believe, and what you actually have to act
okay,
out too. Not to act out, but you have to be strong. So the minute that you are with a woman and you say, "I'm afraid of losing her," you just transferred power to the point where she's gonna dangle that damn carrot over your face to the point where you do any and everything that she wants you to do. And whenever she's done with you, she will leave you in that dust. So that's my
okay.
view on the
You have
fact
a.
that why
Mhm.
you do not tell anybody I'm afraid of losing them out loud to the public as well. Because there's a certain amount of embarrassment that's gonna come with it when it does happen.
Okay, I agree. Okay, you have valid points. My point is, we don't know if he really believes that. He probably just saying that for PR. Remember, they're also a business, they're a brand. So people, when we see these celebrities, we get so dinged by them and like, oh, this and all that. They're a brand. They're selling this love, beautiful girl, model girl, football player, handsome guy, beautiful family. They're selling this brand. She's made so much endorsements off of being married to Russell. People need to realize that, okay, they say, oh, she's gonna divorce him. If she divorced him, she's a dummy. Because like I said, since she married this man, they have made their total income has grown so much. So if she doesn't be smart and stay in this marriage, then it's on her. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be an embarrassment for her, but a lot of people will look at her like a dummy. I'm telling you, a lot of people will. So I don't think
Well,
she's gonna go rush to divorce him right now. I really don't think so.
and that's the sad thing is you said right now.
I
If it was
mean,
like I don't think she's gonna rush and divorce him, that'd be one thing. But you also got to realize that these Hollywood relationships, they're not really gonna last that long, regardless. Hell, look at Holly Berry right now. She done went through so many people. She had white dudes, she had black dudes. At the end of
but
the day, it's like Hollywood relationships are just something that people talk about. It's about the equivalent of men talking about sports to like
but
women
but
talking
but
about what's
but but
going on
but
with
but if
everything else.
men no if men talk about anything, especially like couples and shit, because men are in couples, we act like girls. We act like girls when we talk about stuff like
okay, the
that.
reason why I said that, okay, I under no, it's okay. I
No,
take
no,
that
no,
statement
no,
back.
no.
You're right.
Here's what it is. No, here's what it is. Let me. I got it. I got it. I got it right now. Let me get it for a minute, because is whenever men talk about anything, and this is the whole point of me having a conversation about the Black Manosphere, it is an immediate attack. Like, we are just gossipy. It's just anything to demoralize our manhood, and we are expected to put up with it. Period. No matter what anyone says. So when I hear a statement like that, you're acting like girls just because you have an opinion on the Russell Wilsons. And me personally, I grew up thinking that men don't have to have an opinion about anything that anyone wants. So why is it that we're trying to flip the meanings of everything right now? When we're setting this,
you check me. You're so right.
We're setting this standard for men, like, hey, you know what? You're not supposed to do, like, you're not supposed to talk about certain things, or, well, first thing we're going to do is say you're acting like a girl or you're acting like a B. One of the worst things I ever seen on TV that people justified was, and don't ask me why. Like, the only reason why I would ever have eyes on this show is because, my wife was watching it. Real Housewives of Atlanta. When Nene Leakes called a black man a little bitch on national television and it didn't cause any stir, I knew it was over. I knew it was over, because what if that situation was reversed? What if that dude called her a little bitch? It'd have been all over TV.
He'd be canceled so quick. It wouldn't even be funny. He'd be canceled. And you're right. It's the standard where, like, even if we're speaking something logically, or we're telling the truth, or trying to get somebody else to understand why, because we feel we're mainly logical, but when we voice our opinions and our feelings, it usually gets dumped in the trash. But whenever we do it, it's like, this is what's going on, and it's important for you to listen, and they get shitted up. So
I'm just saying, what comes with leadership? What comes with leadership? A lot of people don't. A lot of. If you ask a lot of women what comes with leadership, they're like, oh, money. The first thing they go to is money. No, direction goes with leadership. I'm a jump in the trenches with you. I don't expect you to do everything, but if you ask for my suggestion and how you can help, don't get mad when I say, hey, you know what? Maybe we should start like, okay, let me give you an example. Maybe we start telling little girls not to have sex and, not to have kids until they reach a certain point in their life, like marriage. The first response I get, what are you teaching the sons?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you know what sounds a lot better? Okay, let's just make sure we're teaching the sons, which really is still a deflection, but it sounds a lot better than that.
Or in this case, whenever, like, say, for example, you got a teacher that's going around raping boys. I know we're on YouTube, having certain sexual interactions with boys illegally. It always gets looked at in society as, oh, he's a man now, he's done right. But at the end of the day, nobody's considering the psychological effect that's going on with this kid now. And they parade the woman around like she's a hero and get a lesser sentence. Nobody looks at it as it's a bad thing, which is sad. There's always these standards that society puts out there that it's okay for certain things that women do, and they get a pass on it. Whereas certain things men do, we always get scrutinized, and we always underneath the magnifying glass. And it's almost like we can't even piss standing up without getting in trouble.
I hear your point of views.
I saw. You know what? That's kind of crass, but I actually saw like a screenshot on Facebook of a quote that someone made. And by the way, D-Rock Dan, thanks for the super sticker. It said that men should pee sitting down to be sensitive to the feelings of trans men.
Fuck that. You're going to hear this rainstorm. You're going to hear this rainstorm.
I'm like, yeah. But the point of me even saying that is like, not only because you brought it up, but it's like they're coming from all directions with this BS.
And this is what we got to deal with. And if you gonna be trans or whatever, that's you. But I shouldn't have to, like, okay, if I'm saying hate speech or something, then yeah, I probably had to shut up and learn how to tolerate or deal with people. But if I'm going out of my way doing the usual thing, like if I'm standing at the urinal taking a piss and somebody pees from the urinal next to me and says, "Shh, be quiet. Your driplets offend me." There's going to be a problem. I can't. It's not like I have a pressure gauge built up in my dick. Excuse me for being crass, but it's not like I have a pressure washer, pressure gauge in my dick where I can just cut it down to a dribble and just soothingly create sounds of ambient nature in order to appease the people around me in this environment. I can't do that. There's certain things that men are gonna do.
Bruh, you're gonna have to find a way. Don't matter. It don't matter. But let me read Nicholas Omega's comment. Black men are not upset about Russell Wilson or undermining his sovereignty. Black men have developed a reputation for low standards for weight, attitude, behavior, and baggage. Black men try and set their value. Yeah. I mean, because growing up, I would hear the statement that black men will fuck anything.
Yeah.
I hear that statement all the time, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I've seen a lot of examples of it. A lot of examples. I mean, but you know, the attitude as of late is when you say that, you're not supposed to be saying that about a BW when they say anything. You know, I mean, unless it's like some kind of ratchet crackhead looking girl, but you know, that's why they say that there are so many baby mamas out here because, you know, black. So when you have black men that rail against that, they get treated like, I mean, we get treated like weirdos and such, you know, just by telling, you know, it's like people act like we're only telling females to close their legs. I'm out here telling guys to use condoms too. I'm just not going to tell them every broadcast because by the time you tell somebody that or try to give those safe messages out there like that, it'd be too late. It'd be too late. It's like what I look like going to somebody after the fact. Like these girls be saying, you need to tell these men to stop getting these girls pregnant, and then like get mad at me because I say, well, you need to stop fucking them without condoms and shit, you know, with some kind of precaution. It's like, if you're going to say that, I'm going to say that as well. You know, let's be fair about it. You know, but you know, women I've had sex with previous to marriage, you know, always, well, I ain't gonna lie, like 99% of them, you know, always said condom. You know, so I know women are smart enough to ask. I know. So I know they can be at least.
Yeah, it has to stop somewhere. Whether it's the man or the woman, because it takes two people.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to Nicholas Omega's statement, yeah, we are looked at like we have no standards, that we're just so, you know, we're this and we're that and we're everything negative. But when we try to set a standard, it's complaining all of a sudden. We're complaining.
Because we're going against what society is set up now. It's like the way society is, it's almost like they've got their little building blocks and they got the building almost built up, and all of a sudden we come in, we're like, yeah, we want to put some stuff up here too. And they said, no, take your shit and leave. That's where we're at now. We're shaking the structure. The foundation ain't what they want it to be. Or rather, the foundation of what we want isn't there. And they're telling us just to take what is acceptable in their eyes.
Yeah, and an ounce of prevention is worth more than a pound of cure. I think that's how that saying goes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if I can prevent it, I don't have to go through the trouble of trying to rail somebody, say, "Man, stop getting these females pregnant." I mean, you know, I mean, if I'm that's dick policing at certain points. That's when you start hearing the stuff like, you just mad because you ain't getting no pussy. So I stay out of bro's way. I stay out of sis's way. Shoot, but then I get blamed for a mistake. But you know, I guess that's the price we pay for being the leaders.
And that's why I don't use Gillette now. Hey, I gotta go though, man. It's good. We gotta catch up, man. I've been up since 4:30. I'm trying to work all these doubles and just get everything situated and straight, man. So, peace to the chat, Kev, long live the habitual line steppers. Y'all keep it real. Thanks for having me again.
All right. All right, man. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Okay. All right,
I'm
Danny.
not I'm not gonna be up here long too. Um, you're right. You guys have feelings and you have a right to express yourselves. I just felt like the commentary was just very negative and like just like the incidents with Kanye and Kim. I don't hear the negativity I heard for Russell. I don't hear it for Kanye and Kim. I don't
But, but,
hear it.
but,
You
but
know
let
what I
me let
mean?
me let me let me let me let me push back on that because people have been talking when Kanye was doing that Trump thing. People really shitted on Kanye. People have such short memories. Like, if nobody's shitting on him about Kim Kardashian, but people have shitted on Kanye's mental state time and time again. I mean, there is enough shitting on Kanye West. Like just like
I mean, but
people
he
at
does have a mental problem.
yeah, I mean, a lot of people would argue that ever since his mother passed away, that he hasn't been quite the same, and many can't argue that because it seems to have been a decline ever since his mother passed away. So I do take that into consideration, but I think the thing that people want is for black men in mass just to shit on the guy, and I think a lot of that energy does come because of Kim Kardashian. I mean, I think it does. I mean, when I'm on social media and I hear mentions of Kim and Kanye, there's a lot of negativity for Kim Kardashian, and there's plenty of people that have called Kim Kardashian a hoe. We know what she was before she got with
I
Kanye.
mean,
I mean, we know what she was, but at the same
listen,
time, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
no, I understand that he has like you have to give Kanye some grace because he does have his condition. Um, like I said before, they're celebrities, so who knows what's like real? A lot of these things are like PR. So when we make our commentary on them, it's like we're not really doing it from facts. We're just doing from like bullshit PR that they put out. So,
PR.
how are we to
So
like
so
just
so
give
so
like
how do we know what's PR and how we know what's fact? Because they're up front saying that they are married,
right?
what you're coming up with is a theory. You're kind of theorizing a little bit,
No, no.
and you're theorizing, and you are railing against the opinion of men when it comes to people like Russell and Kanye and how differently they are treated. And I gave you instances where both men were treated kind of subpar. So everyone has had their subpar day. But then, then when they did something different, then it switched. It's like Kanye West went from Jesus Rocks and George Bush don't care about black people to Trump is my guy and make America great again, MAGA hat, and you should be flying in this futuristic plane. So at some point, you have to acknowledge a mental decline. But, at the same time, I'm not going to rail against him for marrying Kim Kardashian.
I
I'm not
listen.
everybody because if like I said, if he's on a mental decline, marrying Kim Kardashian was a part of that. So how was
Right.
that
I
good?
agree.
How is that good?
That's why I said we have to give him some grace. We need to give him some grace. And I mean, listen, I don't trust a lot of things I see in the media. I don't want to be one of those conspiracy theories people, but I don't trust a lot of these things because I know a lot of things is PR. So when I see these stories, I take it with a grain of salt. I guess other people don't, but I just felt like it felt like vitriolic to me about the Russell Wilson for some reason. I just felt like it was so like unnecessary. You know what I mean? Like who cares?
Unnecessary.
Like okay, so he married a girl
Unnecessary
and
how? Unnecessary how? Where were all these people for Russell Wilson when he was married to that white woman? Where are all those people for Russell
right,
Wilson when he was in the
right,
Super Bowl? See,
right.
no. Yeah, we're saying it in two different contexts. You don't like the fact that men are calling Russell Wilson a simp. Am I correct?
I don't like that, and I hate that they're attacking the black family. Like like they're not represent black family in a good way, in my opinion.
In a
So the
good
fact
way.
that black people are attacking them, like meaning that is they're together, they have children, they're rich, they're beautiful, they're young, they're in their 30s, right? So it's like a good look instead of, you know, remember the marriage is on decline, right? The marriage for black people is on decline. A lot of black people aren't married these days. So when we see like a beautiful couple that's black instead of a black white or whatever, I'm not racist. Who cares who you want to be with? But when you see like a black couple that looks good and you know is making money and you know they're in love, they seem like they're in love or PR, whatever it is, they have a good representation for us. And then I feel like we're tearing them down. You know, and I think that's
Um,
wrong.
I think that I think that I will agree with you on the black family and the black couple is underrepresented because every time they want to keep us mad and divided, what they do with the celebrity couples, and I'm agreeing with kind of what New is saying in the chat. They are celebrities. They're celebrities. So quite frankly, they're outliers. You know, so you're somewhat right in the sense that, you know, they marry according to, you know, level and PR. That's why a lot of the couples don't last for real.
Right.
So,
We agree in that point.
but,
I mean, I know
but,
what you're
but,
saying about the simp
but,
thing,
but,
but
well, but there are plenty of black families is ill represented anyway, you know, but, I wouldn't pick them as a representation. Uh,
I mean, I don't
I
because I
mean,
have black families, you know,
I
but
wouldn't,
in the
I would,
media, like in the media, we need good representation in the media. Don't you agree with
I wouldn't
that?
put him. I wouldn't put him as a good representation because he doesn't put up a stronger front about himself. He doesn't seem like he's a very solidly, and I'm going to use the M word, masculine human being. He doesn't seem like
Well,
he. I mean,
he's a
even though he's
football
a football
player.
player,
He's
I mean,
he's a
whatever.
he's a fucking
Whatever.
quarterback.
Michael
How
Michael
masculine
Sam.
then you could be a quarterback?
What I'm saying is when that uniform comes off, you know, this mentality is like, dude, you're supposed to be the solid, big, strong guy. You're supposed to be this is what a lot of men are not seeing out of Russell Wilson. You know, she's supposed to be like kind of acting hot for you in public. It's not always got to be you acting hot for her. You know, and I think that's what a lot of men are seeing. You know, it's not. I mean, the love doesn't seem mutual. I would say
Right.
mutual. I bet
Listen,
you a
I
lot
get
of.
that, but
I bet you a lot of the. I bet you a lot of the photo. I bet you a lot of the photo shoots. I bet you a lot of those are him. I bet you. But
him
you know,
taking the pictures or him arranging the pictures
no,
because
I'm
remember
just saying. I'm just
a
saying a
lot of
lot of.
the photo shoots are done by
And one thing I do find with men that have to constantly express themselves a lot. I mean, you can be in love like that, but a lot of times when guys do that, and I'm saying this as a man, is the fact that maybe he started snapping a little bit, and then he probably got gaslit. So I'm speaking from
I
experience
don't
with
know.
I've had with women in the past. So he's probably gonna say stuff like, "I'm afraid of losing her," you know, whatever. You know, maybe they had an argument or some shit. You know, bring them down. Like at the end of the day, they're still human. You
Okay,
know,
I
even
mean,
though they are celebrities, they're still human. So is like, I don't know. I would say that at this point, and you know, no offense to my wife, I love her, but my biggest fear is something happening to my child
right. I mean, I understand what you're
beyond,
saying.
way beyond my control. That is my biggest fear right there. Something happening to my kid. I would, I mean, my world will be destroyed if something happened to my kid. So
Well,
is
don't oh,
that's my biggest fear. Not even my biggest fear ain't even for myself. You know, it's like do whatever to me. Don't do nothing to her. You know what I'm saying? You know, is that to me that's a realistic fear. You know, is like
but but
go ahead.
hmm
Are people in
but I
love?
think we all are individual and we we pick what we want to pick, and like I said, maybe it's just PR. Who know? Like I said, do you really think he believed that? We don't know. It's speculation. I mean, yes, he put it out in the public, but like I said, it's a art. It was a
So if it
GQ
is,
thing. They did it for
so if it
Valentine's
is
Day. It
PR,
was a lovey-dovey PR shit. You
if it
know?
was if it was just PR, then it can be considered simping. If it's PR, because that means that you're coming from a false place. Simping is coming from a false place. Simping does not mean that you
Well,
love
but they
women
have a
or you
brand.
love black women. So brand's brand. I mean, shit, you're misleading the public. It's like if you're if you know, if even if it's PR and you're doing it just for PR purposes, at its most basic level, it is a lie. It's a lie. So
They're
if
liars.
Russell Wilson got up
Celebrities are
there and
liars.
lied, that means he's a simp. Because to me, simps are big
Well,
ass
listen,
liars.
for money, but people lie for money all the time, every day, all the time they lie for money,
Yeah,
you
it's called
know?
acting.
So it is what it is. I mean,
It's called
okay,
acting.
yeah. But most celebrities they're acting. Like I said, a lot of those marriages are PR marriages and they act. So we don't know. But anyway, I agree with your point of view about you have a right to express your opinion. I just think it's like I don't think it was like a fair, in my opinion, it wasn't fair for the
Okay,
way
but
people was going
let me
on with
say this
Russell.
real
It
quick.
wasn't fair. It's Valentine's Day. They're doing
I mean, okay, great. But like I said, for the argument that women and these slow tips put up, they're supposed to really love each other. They're supposed to really love each other. Think about that. So if it's PR purposes, then why are people so impassionate when other people say stuff about it? They
like a
shouldn't care.
speculation. I don't know them. I don't know if they really love each other. I don't know. I be in speculation.
Then if they don't love each other, there's nothing wrong with calling that shit simping. Yeah, you're
Well,
simping.
I
Okay,
mean that's
you're
their
simping for
opinion.
dollars. You're
I
simping for
think it's
dollars,
him.
bro.
I think he's trying to build his brand, and they're trying to build their brand, and it is what it is. You know. Beyonce do it. Beyonce and Jay Z do it. You think Beyonce did it so much in
Don't anger the
love? Come on.
beehive. Don't anger the
I don't
beehive.
care. I don't care. Let's be real. We're grown people. Like I don't care about the friggin' beehive. Do you really think they're
uh,
really love, so much in love, crazy in
uh,
love, or whatever her Beyonce song was? Come on.
I mean, I think Blue Ivy would
Whatever.
beg to differ.
All right. She's a beautiful
I
girl,
mean,
so
but
I
like
think she
at the
care
end
about
of
the
the day,
kids.
hey, you know what? I think I'm gonna say this. I do think at the end of the day that a lot of people put too much stake in celebrities. I mean, so,
I agree.
but at the same
I
time, I
agree.
don't care. I don't really care what's said about certain ones. I mean, I'm not an
Okay.
anti Russell Wilson. I'm actually pro Russell Wilson. But I'm going to factor in everything. I'm not just going to factor in one little piece. I'm going to remember the whole way, the whole way where he came from, where he is now, and where he might possibly be going. I'm going to talk about the whole thing and not just pick out little details and such. I mean, but you have a right to be annoyed because there are a lot of things that annoy me as well.
All right,
it,
Kev, I'm gonna leave. Thank you for having me.
Okay, it's thanks for coming up. I appreciate it. You're welcome back.
All right.
All right, Natty.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Okay, all right. Shout out to Robert Nelson. Shout out to Alonzo Hall. What's going on, bro? Yeah, so yeah, black manosphere. Black manosphere. Everybody hates the black manosphere. And I mean, it's a hate that's gotten to the point where if I feel like those people had guns and they were a firing squad and they had the option of pulling the trigger on the black manosphere, even though they would have absolutely no real reason, they probably pull the trigger. I'm jealous. Ah! I mean, it's for whatever reason at the end of the day. It's for whatever reason at the end of the day, but nothing's gonna stop that train. I mean, what I want brothers to try to do, for real, and in any case, is to not be discouraged in that, no one's forcing you to be a part of any spear or anything, because when I first came here, I didn't know. Like the first thing I heard about a spear was the Negro Manosphere. You know, that's O'Shea's thing. That was the first thing I heard, and I really like just wanted to build this channel. You know, it was just black men being brutally honest. I mean, it was just a Facebook group at one point. And when I say just a Facebook group, it's just that black black people to me, and you can agree or disagree. We don't do anything when we have a chance to. We don't do anything positive when we have a chance to. We just go with the negative, and I mean that's cool. It's cool. Everything is not meant to win at the end of the day, but we have to try to be one of those winners. So, uh, it's just frustrating. I wanted to come here and build my channel and give my perspective for anyone that's been watching me for a consistent period of time. Yeah, yeah, it's just that's what it is. I've always stood by that. I've always um I've always stood by the fact that I feel like a black man's perspective is needed because it seems like that everyone else handles this perspective of black men pretty horribly. You see it everywhere. I mean, especially in mainstream media. Mainstream like the decisions made on how the black man is depicted through mainstream media, unless it's like a historical depiction, a loose historical depiction. Um, we are depicted as weak men generally, weak, or we're one of the alphabet people. If we're straight and we're strong, we're killed off immediately. This we're not in charge of that over there. So we understand that yeah, we do understand that there is it's by design that black man hate will always have a particularly special place in everybody's heart because it was a gigantic effort to put it there in the first place throughout history and mainstream media. So when you do make a black man hate channel, and this is going to get said about the black people who make black quote unquote black woman hate channels, but I mean that's just another projection. When you make black man hate channels, especially like a lot of people are building off of hatred for the black manosphere. They are. They're building their channels off of it, and well, it's short term or long term, we'll see. But black man hate always seems to be a lucrative business, especially when it comes to social media. And there are several indications and several proofs out there. And those people are very successful. I mean, I don't understand why the success is never paid attention to, but that's by design as well. If you're the black man, you're the bad guy, clearly, and without a doubt. No, and I'm just being sarcastic with that. But I am going to respond to the idiot from last night, acting like I don't care about black men and I think this is a joke and I'm just doing this and I ain't never been through anything. He mentioned a friend of his that committed suicide. At the beginning of 2020. Now, while I'm sorry that happened and it was his best friend and he probably is a little off because of that, I lost a best friend too. Shortly before he lost his, my best friend just dropped dead. Dude just dropped dead out of nowhere on a Sunday night in August. So, to that fat son of a bitch, don't act like you're the only one that's been through something. Don't act like you're the only one. Like just like I said, they put that hood dude, that hood nigga label, that real nigga label on themselves, like they've been through such a tremendous fucking struggle. to get to where they are, which still might be nowhere. Like I had it easy. Like, the implication that white people love me because I can say a complete sentence and I deserve to be punished by other blacks, or I'm some kind of fucking joke, or I'm an educated lame. Yeah, I have a degree. Yeah, I got a degree. Shit. I mean, who doesn't have a degree? I mean, it's just those things are pretty easy to get. Oh, he said a degree was easy to get. Oh, but damn, it's like you lame as a black man because you have an education. I know a YouTuber, certain YouTuber from quote on, I say this with heavy quote fingers, Manosphere 1.0. I know he came up with the term educated lame because he classifies himself as that. But that dude was wrong. You mean to tell me there's no? I mean, there's hood lames too, and I mean, like, I'm not saying people from the hood are lames, but you can't imply that every black man that's educated are lames. That's an insult. It's an insult. I'm lame because I went to school. Something that some of you might need to try. Yeah, no. But to that guy, ain't nobody trying to hate you, man. Ain't nobody trying to hate or trying to take you out or anything like that, or you get an extreme amount of paranoia just because I show up and disagree. I mean, hell, I was like, what the fuck, dude? And I wasn't in the place where I could just put my full attention on it. But obviously, if you're gonna get riled up like that, then hey, it's like mentally, I feel like I'm in a very enviable place compared to you. Yeah, I like to be funny. I like to joke around. Laughing is like the best therapy. People don't understand that. I mean, this is what I don't understand about some of these guys. I mean, this particular person will sit there and call guys in this space broken, but then turn around and tell people they need to cry. You know who else says men need to cry? Feminist. That is feminist rhetoric. I mean, hell, I don't think, like, if the situation is appropriate, I don't think it's anything wrong with a man crying. Like, say, for instance, when a friend passes away suddenly, I ain't gonna lie, I cried. I blubbered. I mean, I knew that dude for over 20 years. My best friend in the world. But, that's kind of offensive to me, like I said, to imply that just because you think I'm some kind of magnificent mental marvel, because you can understand every word that I'm saying, that I haven't been through anything. These dudes are fucking stupid. Oh man, I mean, shit. I don't know. I don't know. Dealing with cancer as a teenager, and lives cut short when kids are very, like, because I was exposed to that. When I had cancer as a teenager, I met a lot of cool friends that had different kinds of cancer as well, and a lot of them, one day I see them, another day, Kevin, I got some bad news. And I went through that multiple times. But I'm here as a person who is assumed to have never gone through anything. because you know so-called hood niggas and real niggas got it all figured out. Okay, but you know, I'll be done with that. So meat sandwich eating motherfucker, if you're out there listening, you know, that was for you. But, you know, I mean, I don't see how people you want to say that the guys in the black man the your what you interpret as the black manosphere, you want to say they're broken, but you know, the people who say that the black manosphere is broken is actively stalking the black manosphere. Stalking. How do you say something is broken and something is mentally out of place and is and you and you're the one that's stalking? You're the one that keep making obsessive broadcast. Like, wow. How is that? And don't worry, I'm not talking about just one particular person. There's about 10 of you right now. It's so, I mean, god damn. I mean, y'all, and then like y'all have some of the gayest imaginations I've ever I've ever seen in my life. And when I say that in the context of you're always using a sexual lifestyle to attack somebody, calling dudes gay because they have a different opinion than you. I mean, but always create the scenario. People like, oh man, y'all circle jerking. I was like, you know, if you're saying that, I have to wonder if you were actually picturing that shit in your head. They call it, oh, y'all a circle jerk. Oh, go over there with this circle jerk. Oh, like, what the fuck? Why would you call it a circle jerk? That's suspect. Oh, wait a minute. Let me shorten it. That's sus. Y'all want to bump uglies. Like, huh? Who wants to hear that in a discussion? You calling dudes gay, but you outlining all the gay stuff. It's like, come on now. Come on, for real. How long you think that's going to sell? Y'all over there D-riding. I mean, anything, you know. Okay, let's talk about D-riding for a second. Every time somebody says something on behalf of a person they've known for a while, KS, it's called D-riding. But all of the negative broadcasts, all of the anti-KS, all of the anti-Black Manosphere broadcasts, all of them aren't. No, that's not D-riding. You mean tell me what is that exactly if it's not D-riding? Because back in the day when you were really on somebody like that, when you were obsessively, oh, that person ain't shit, the other person usually said, get off my dick. In fact, I think that's an Ice Cube song. I mean, it might be somebody else. Get off my dick, nigga, and tell your bitch to come here. Yeah, I think that's an Ice Cube song. I may be wrong. I'm just saying, you know, just for the amount of D-riding you says that goes on in the Black Manosphere, it seems like a lot of D-riding is done by the anti-Black Manosphere. That's all I'm saying, because that is D-riding. I mean, always trying to redefine everything. Like y'all redefine the word simp. Oh, if they love a black woman, that means you're a simp. No, that does not mean you're a simp. But you know, you can't offer enough clarity. Hybrid Impact 83. Yep, I agree with that. What I also don't like about that guy is he is a doxer. Because, like I said, doxing is very desperate. It's very desperate. It's the new. It's what we're dealing with nowadays is the new pro-black, and this is not capping. Believe it or not, this is not capping like some people say. This is the new pro-black. Is that you can be absolutely shitty toward black men and no one will fucking care, except the Black Manosphere. You can be absolutely as shitty as you want to black men, and you will never face any consequences except by certain black men and maybe one or two black women out there. Outside of but with all that, you can be pro-black as you want. You can act like you're for the culture all you want. You can act like you're for the cause all you want. Even if you're shitting on black men who are clearly with black women. You can be the biggest pro-black ever. You will be showered with adulation and praise. And you can be, and shitting on black men could be your side hobby. I think what's happening is the shift is beginning. The shift is beginning. And all of the anti-manosphere content is the reaction. Because people, and like I said earlier, people are fighting to stay shitty people. They're fighting to stay shitty people. They're fighting to stay the same broken way. And if you, as a black man, have something to say about it, you are the enemy. It's a sad reality that we all face and we all live in as critical thinking black men. You're not even regarded as critical thinking. It's complaining. Anyway, shout out to Hybrid Impact 83. Said we need the black manosphere. It's time we were heard. We're being heard pretty good, and a lot of the bigger players, I would say, and people like myself, whether people want to admit it or not, we are going to make sure that it's heard. Like, I might reopen my Facebook group in probably about a couple months, but I need to be sure it's going to be a place where we can, where we can be heard. And if people aren't going to take it seriously, at least the least thing we can do is make sure that the talking points are undefeatable. Do our homework, study up a little bit, make sure we know what the fuck we're talking about. Because, I will never come to you assuming that you've never been through anything. I might do a video on that one day. That's Shahrazad Ali. Shahrazad Ali warned black women about what could come to fruition and they persecuted her for it. Now it's 2021. It's here 10x. Yeah, she was persecuted for it. And you know who helped her out? And you know who helped them persecute her? Simps. Because I remember Shahrazad Ali was doing talk shows. She was touring talk shows. And it was like everywhere that she would go, it would be those women that would question her. And then it would be those simps. And you know what those simps used to do? They used to bring up their moms. It's like, what the hell your mother got to do with this? That's please. And I keep telling black people this. Stop using your mothers and your fathers as examples of why black people should not have this discussion. Because I'm telling you this, and this is key. Listen, come up very close. No one is trying to screw their mother or their father. Okay. Now, how the mother is used is you shouldn't say anything about black women when it comes because you got a black mother. How the father is used is, well, I love black men. My father. They sent her death threats. Oh, really? They gave death threats to Shahrazad Ali, the black woman, the ones we're supposed to be protecting. You mean to tell me that Shahrazad Ali didn't feel protected, that she was getting death threats? No one went on a campaign saying the black woman wasn't protected? No one. I mean, that's what it was. That's how we operate right now. It's like if you're a black woman and you love the black man, that you are subject to death threats. Wow. Shout out to She We Here. Yeah, immense hypocrisy. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. That movement over there, the anti-black man, the anti-black man shit, anti-black man sentiment has been here for quite a number of years. I mean, it's almost to the point where everybody's used to it. But it's like the black manosphere is shaking that shit up. But this whole I don't know, this whole anti-black manosphere thing, yeah. What are we going to do to rail against that? Am I going to be the only one? And I mean, like that, there's bigger guys doing it too now. I mean, O'Shea, like he's really putting in some time and some effort to go against all the haters and who he calls the struggle streamers. So I'll acknowledge O'Shea as being one of the guys doing it. So can't say that everybody's not doing it. But it's like, I hear more people talk about I'm going to leave the spear and the spear is this and the spear is that than actual guys who consider themselves manosphere actually, defending the spot. So I don't know. Once it starts happening, it'll be an interesting thing to see. I mean, it's not enough for two people to do it. I mean, even though one person really, really matters and has the size and the capacity to do it. But, I never count myself out. Never, ever. I'm never, ever going to count myself out. Yeah. I don't know. Probably won't be doing this too much longer. So. War Assassin, keep it up. Okay. All right. Keep it up. I guess keep up the black manosphere defense. Cause I mean, honestly, like, well, I would say anybody who considers themselves black manosphere for real. I mean, like I said, you can feel free to tell me if I'm wasting my time. I mean, I'm probably going to have a particular response for that, but I mean, you can tell me. I mean, most would believe that. Most would believe that I would be wasting my time, and probably if I really started to really do that, then I would probably put a bullseye on myself. But I ain't worried about that. I mean, I'm over 40. I mean, I've had enough good times. Time to put in something. I mean, time to believe in something. D-Rock did. But those so-called divestment people from the manosphere are still here. Yeah. If you feel that way about the black manosphere, why are you still here and why are you shitting on the black manosphere? Why don't you just leave? Why don't you just do better? Show us how to do better. Show the black manosphere the better world that you say can exist. Black men are the hunted. Well, I mean, what I'll say is the hunters aren't doing a very good job. I mean, unless they the police. Well, shoot. Anyway, people, let's do a Q&A for those watching. Ask me a question. Ask me a question, because I'm probably going to end this broadcast pretty soon. Just ask me any old question. Nothing about my personal life though. Kevin, what you do for a living? Let's get that out the way. I work from home. Cause I know y'all niggas love to dox and spread false information. Y'all find anything, y'all twist it up. Applebee's. Oh, all right. Shoot. Yeah. So Friday. Please press that like button. Please, press that like button if you haven't. The show is heavy as the head that wears the crown. Oh, okay. All right. Oh yeah, I know one of the things I wanted to talk about. Uh okay. All right, Nicholas Omega. What do you rate my celeb crush? Um what do you rate my celeb crush Diana Agron? Let me look her up real quick. Diana Agron. All right. Diana Agron. Mm. Yeah, I gotta see a full body shot of her. Let me see. She's not ugly. She's not ugly. She could be a little thicker, but if I can, if I can give her a rating, and this is just me from a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give her a 7. And I can use 7 because I want to. I would have to see her in motion because I do count charisma as well. If you're charismatic, if you're a woman, you're charismatic and feminine. I think that counts for that really counts in your rating or whatever. Hybrid impact. Okay, so yeah, that was that question. Um, Hybrid impact 83. With colleges being so political, what do you think the future of it is? Uh, I don't know. I think is if the student loan thing remains, I think it's going to be very bleak. Um, but I think college will always be there. Um, but as far as being able to express yourself, I think that's leaving. I think with all these little safe spaces and all these little social justice movements, I don't think you're going to be able to say a fucking thing. So I think that I think that people are going to be walking around covered in plastic. But yeah, things are so different now than they were back when I was growing up. Kareem Henry, what do you think about your boy Ted Cruz going to Cancun, trying to escape justice? To be quite frank, to be quite honest, trying to escape justice. I never really cared for Ted Cruz. I knew that it would have been worse for the country if Ted Cruz had gotten a Republican nomination instead of Donald Trump. Uh, so I'm not really a fan of Ted Cruz. I hope he gets his comeuppance, but I don't know. I just don't believe the hype when it comes to politicians that know stuff. They'll say he's going to prison, but it's whatever. He needs to go ahead and just give up his job. Get out of there. Get out of there, Dewey. Mm. Oh yeah, but yeah. Here's something I wanted to talk about. The meaning of the title. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Okay, so basically, all of the haters that I like to call them as the haters, the people who are attention-seeking drones, that just say they hate something. They just want to hate. They want to cause disarray, discontent, negatory. They gave KS the crown of King of the Manosphere. They gave it to him because he's getting some defense the people who gave him the crown are saying that we gave him the crown. Which, what do those two sentiments have in common? The both sentiments are coming from the haters. And now KS is being heavily doxxed. They have even gone into KS's past and found his ex-wife. Because, if anybody's going to tell the truth about any black man, it's going to be his ex-wife. I mean, I know, right? Hell hath no fury like someone who becomes successful after you're married to him. Like, All right. All right. What do you think of Jason Black from the business? He think Manosphere is stealing from him. Okay. Here's how I'm going to approach that. Because, the difference between me and a lot of people really is a lot of people don't drop names, and a lot of people do try to stay away from having opinions about certain people. But my thing with Jason Black is this: one thing you're going to learn, especially in business. I mean, his channel is named The Business, so he should already know about the one thing that I'm about to say to you is that everybody steals from everybody. No idea is original. You might have thought about it for the first time ever in your life, but you can guarantee 110% is that someone else thought of it first. So really, no subject matter, unless you put a patent on it, really does belong to you. To say that the Manosphere is stealing from him in all these different formulas around here is a ridiculous notion to say. And especially, I don't think that's something that he has been very efficient at proving. So how in the fuck is anyone stealing from anyone? Now, if someone stole from him, okay, that private, calm down with that shit. If anyone stole from him, I wouldn't say that, because obviously if someone stole from you, they've obviously done it better than you, because no one's coming back to these spaces saying that, nigga, please stop stealing from Jason Black, please. Nobody's saying that shit. So how much relevance does a statement like that have? I think it's completely asinine. So I hope that answers your question. Hybrid Impact 83, given the circumstances, how long do you think Steph Curry's marriage will last? I'll give it 5 years, or at least until the daughters grow up a little bit. You never know, that shit could last forever, but she seems like a basket case right now. It's almost like she went from like a female version of red pill to like light blue pill. I mean, it's craziness. It's craziness. But I will say this, like I said with Russell Wilson and Sierra, I wish them the best. I hope nothing bad happens to their relationship. I mean, I have no say in the matter. If Steph Curry does approve of their behavior, I mean, that's on him. But if he doesn't, it'll eventually come out. But also, one more thing, try to remember that celebrities are outliers. They are. Now, I've opened the chat up, like for people who are watching right now, I have opened the chat up for questions. If you have any questions that you would like for me to answer, go right ahead. I'll be more than happy to. But let me see. Let me get back to what I was saying about KS and KS being given the king spot, and and they act like that we're just his worshipers and his sheep and his D riders. I'm just saying, uh, just because just because someone says something positive about someone or assert the notion that what you're saying is ridiculous does not mean that they are a sheep, does not mean that they are deriding. Because let me tell you something. Every time somebody says something about Barack Obama, there are people that are defending Barack Obama. Do I feel like that's deriding? No, not necessarily, because I do expect like people to defend Barack Obama based on the behaviors and the narratives that I see out there. I do expect that. I do expect people to be defensive of Barack Obama because there are a lot of opinions out there about Barack Obama. And by no means I'm saying that KS compares to Barack Obama. I don't know, KS might be a bit more real than Barack Obama if you ask me. But you know, I'm just saying it's like in order to you don't have to, if you say something positive about somebody and you kind of rail against or even defend the man, it's okay to defend the guy. I mean, he has plenty of friends over here in this space. It does not mean that you're deriding, and it especially does not mean that you're gay. It's just like, I don't know, black people will do anything to take other black people down. Let me give you an example, and I might need to be a little careful saying this because people will be, oh, what'd you say that for? Why are you just not thinking like us when it comes to this? Every time I hear about black people talk about the city of Atlanta, every time I hear it, oh yeah, and you know what you hear? You start hearing all the rainbow stuff, all of the alphabet stuff. Now, while I admit okay, from living in the metro area for a number of years, while I do admit that there's one section of town that is heavily concentrated like that, for the most part, I see a bunch of heterosexuality in this area. And I mean, like, and the point that I'm trying to make when I say this kind of thing is this is that the reason why people are saying that about Atlanta is because it's a city full of black people. Because it's known as a black metropolis. And then when when a media organization or corporation tries to bombard it with a narrative, black people, yes, we just buy into that shit like it's just gospel truth. Now, there were two sites I looked up. Top 10 most LGBT friendly cities. And two sites, and one of them was hotels.com. And you can do a Google search on this yourself. It was two lists that I found. And one of them was hotels.com. It's like, why wouldn't they have a database that's like that? Like, if because that's what their jobs are. To profile something so people can have the perfect vacation spots for whatever their preferences are. Atlanta was not on either one of those lists. Yeah, it wasn't. It's just it's an indictment of how you feel about black people. That's all it is. And when black people say stuff like that, when they try to do whatever they can to bring something black down like that, it's an indictment of how you feel about black people. And basically it makes you a white supremacist. So let me go back to this chat. I began back in 83. What do you think Stephen Curry should start doing to minimize the impact of a potential divorce? Nothing. And in the Western system, the way the laws are set up, there's nothing that man can do. That man just better brace for impact. that's all I better say. That's about he can brace for impact, and then all of a sudden, more importantly, there are children involved. So to minimize the impact of divorce, I think he would probably have to stick around a little bit longer. he still has very young daughters. And that's just me speaking as a father. Because divorce can impact the hell out of you, especially when the kids are emotionally affected. So my thing is, to answer your question, wait till the kids get older. Put up with it a little bit longer. And how do we even know this man is upset or sad about that? I mean, of course, her little attention seeking is probably going to have an impact on their marriage sooner or later. Okay. Kareem Henry, what do you think of Megan Thee Stallion and her problematic behavior? Protect black women BS. Okay. Slippery slope. Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion is not a person that really positions herself to be the poster child for how black women need protection. I mean, I don't think that it is. She's a very, very, like, I would say, outside of twerking and shit, she has a very masculine demeanor. Like, you know, it's like she kind of reminds me of sort of a Nene Leakes type, like, you know, calling black men little bitches, but love to fuck with the types that won't put up with that shit. But then, when, you know, when somebody plays her card, all of a sudden it's protect black women.
Yeah.
She can be as big a bitch, act tough and masculine all she want, but then when somebody plays her card, all of a sudden it's protect black women. Protect black women is something that's very easy to say these days because we're not a people that really do too many tangible things. We're just virtue signalers. We just love the virtue signal.
Protect her 200-pound ass from somebody 120.
Man, did you see that picture of Tory Lanez, man, with that hair like that?
Yo, what he going through? Is he stressing or something?
I mean, he probably is. Like, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, remember that these people are still human beings. Think about it though. You're accused of shooting a woman,
right? And
you know you're losing money left and right because of it. You know, even though you might be innocent, that she might have provoked whatever. The fact of the matter is that the dude had a gun on him, and for some reason everybody believes that Megan Thee Stallion got shot. You know, like she got holes in her feet like Jesus or some shit like that.
So what? Does he got a reputation of being, you know what I'm saying, a little bitch now, or, you know?
Well, whenever you cross the grandioso, the image, the media image of the unprotected black woman,
right?
Then yeah, they're gonna fuck with you. Tory Lanez probably will go in a lot of places in the Western world and get booed out of the building because, you know, they believe him to be a jerk. And yeah, although I do believe that black women do need protection, I also feel like that black women do need to position themselves to receive that protection.
Definitely.
Meaning that you don't publicly campaign to disrespect black men and then turn around and expect a black man to put his life on the line for you at the drop of a dime, especially if he doesn't know you. So, because at this point it's unfair. But Megan Thee Stallion, though, if you want to push a protect black women narrative, you need to take that shit away from Megan Thee Stallion immediately.
Right.
You know. Yeah. No, so what I'm doing is I pretty much open the floor. You know, I'm basically open the chat to ask me questions and I answer it. The title of the broadcast, "Heavy is the Head That Wears the Crown." Right. Like how they've given the crown to KS. Right. And how they constantly accuse us of giving him the crown when we just look at him as, you know, somebody who he got a lot of good talking points, and he has a lot, like he found his niche, and people argue with him finding that niche. You know, they argue about that, and like they wouldn't do it or something like that.
But the thing is, it was the ideology that appointed him as such. The fact that he was, you know, sticking to his square as he was, and, you know, saying that gained the attention of those who wasn't you know what I'm saying, aware. And, you know, he pulled into that ribbon, you know what I'm saying? It's a green light. So it's not in an aspect of he's not self-crowned, but you know what I'm saying, once someone is crowned, there is a specific aspect of obligation. And I think he's holding it well. Or
but you know what,
I think he's holding it outstandingly.
But you know what though? But you know what though? If the people, the spectator, the viewer, if they decide he's king, that's something you can't argue with.
No, you can't.
I don't care how many hate videos you make. And that's with any of these guys.
Right.
Because, you know, my opinion, you know, before all of that stuff hit, my opinion, I thought the top guy, if anybody were to be a top guy, was probably ODJ.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, and I think that's very reasonable. I mean, if you got that kind, if you have a big personality like that, and you got a production team that's willing to get behind you, you have laid out a blueprint.
Yeah, but thing is, ODJ tends to, you know what I'm saying, be, you know, not cutting, but in compared to KS, you gotta understand, KS he's a deer hunter, as Patrice O'Neal would say. You know what I'm saying? He's a deer hunter, and ODJ would, you know, so probably teach somebody how to, you know what I'm saying, get the bears. But yeah, you know, so an aspect of his delivery and the gentileness of it, you're going to hit a much larger audience, and the fact of the standards, the status of the standards is what carries it, and the fact that, you know, they're simple standards, but the thing is, they're to an exclusive, as Roger says all the time, it's an exclusive, you know what I'm saying, community of men. And, you know, if them women deem themselves to be, you know what I'm saying, honorable or worthy of being a part, you know what I'm saying, in union with that community, you know what I'm saying, okay, they get their shot. But there are some things that got to be covered. There's some bullet points. And then they, you know, I'm telling you, I love his breaking process, because he actually, they break themselves against the ideology and the principle. He don't even got to do nothing. All he got to do is ask questions on some really full of shit. You know what I mean? Ali oxen free. All right, let's see if Kev's still on. Kev's still there. Somebody in the chat, holla. See if you still hear me.
Oh shit! Damn, I always do that damn shit. Like,
Yours on
yeah,
mute.
I have two. Yeah, I have two mute buttons: the one on the screen and the one on my headset. I always press the one on my headset because, like, it's so sensitive. You can hear me breathing. Like, you know, I mean, I give the impression like I'm having breathing problems when I don't. It's just me breathing in the mic. You know, it just.
You need a sponge on that joint, cuz.
Oh yeah, something. You know, so you said a sponge.
Yeah. You could, you know what I'm saying, get. All right.
Oh, you talking about the little foam tip that you can put on the end of the mic?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I used to use some old socks. If you cut up one and create, you know what I'm saying, a couple of layers, and then just tie it with a rubber band or something like that, you get a decent enough of a pop bass. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Some hater out there probably watching, talking, how did he not know that? See, these niggas just be on this YouTube, just be on YouTube talking stuff, you know.
Ken and Red said, nah, you and Raj be falling asleep. Oh yeah, Raj released some Z's on here quick. You know what I'm saying?
Man, look.
the hardest working man on social media.
Yeah. He is. Like, dude works hard. And, you know, I would say to that defense, I do go on pretty late at night.
Yeah.
You know, I be to the point where I'm tired as fuck and I still go on. but I made this commitment, and you will, and right. I do consider myself the right place to be on the weekends.
Right.
You know, that's not a knock or anything to anyone else. And dude, Dude, I visited a chat last night, and dude just exploded because I disagreed with him, and I
Right.
don't think I was being too smug. I just kind of had that opinion. Like he was saying some shit like you men, y'all, y'all be wanting women to submit. Like he was saying it with such passion. Y'all be wanting women to submit. You better submit to me. And then I said, no one says that. And then the mods were like, man, hey man, speak your piece, man.
Right. Right.
Yeah, speak your speech, man. You got a problem? You got a problem?
I mean, look. The thing is, it's sad, but people think a woman's submission is just for the man. A woman's submission is for the family. That ain't for the man. That's for the household. Because as cutting as they can be in some aspects, they can be just as inspirational. And I'm saying that inspiring aspect tends to cause us to pour enrichment into things, production into things, productivity into things, motivation, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So for them, not submission is a power, but they're not taught to see it as such.
Yeah, that old boy talk about that. I was like, I know what y'all need to do, and he was talking about the Black Manosphere specifically. I know what y'all niggas need to do. Y'all need to cry. Y'all need to cry somewhat. And then I said, and then I said, oh, is that it?
Cry.
Is that it? And then he started talking about somebody started talking. Man, if you start talking that goofy stuff in the chat, he didn't say me specifically. But I was the only one that was saying anything like that. There was no one else that was disagreeing with him. There was no one else.
But this my thing. What's so hard about it? This is my thing. And the whole aspect of the fight against submission. Don't you love the dude that's you with? It's like, wait a minute, why not submit to the one that you selected to love? If he ain't worth submission, who the fuck is worth submitting to then? Why you with him?
They talk as if like that. The whole point of him even saying that, he was talking as if that's all we talk about.
Oh, okay.
That's all we talk about: women submitting to us, wanting them to serve us, and crawl on all fours and lick our chaps and our boots and shit like that. God. Just kind of saying any old kind of bullshit to try to get his message to resonate.
How about this? Ladies, submit to the quality dude that you select. All right, how about that? Submit to him. Don't submit to every motherfucker, but
the
motherfucker that's of quality.
Because that's what got you your shit, and got you into your shit situation in the first place. Just submit to anyone and everyone. And I'm not saying, ladies, you need to submit. You need to submit to these men, But at the same time, if what you're doing is not working, you might need to start opening yourself to suggestions, since you're so nonchalant and giving us suggestions.
For real. You see what Cortez Smith shout out? He said Dwight man is worth submission, Rogish. Yeah, D White. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a dude saying this shit though. There's a dude saying like what we're saying over here.
Yeah.
That all we doing is complaining and whining about women and all the other stuff. I mean, Z's.
Okay. If that was the case, then it would be closed panels. You wouldn't permit, sisters to come up on the panels and, possibly provide their perspective or an opportunity to learn from brothers. You know what I mean?
But you know what though? That kind of reasoning is not going to work with black folks that don't want to see reason. Because when I made that Facebook group on Facebook, the thing is that people were saying was you made a hate group against black women. Right. I said, okay, if I made it a hate group against black women, why would I let black women in the group, and why would I let them post and comment?
Exactly.
And then it's like that's not a hate group. That's like the KKK letting black people in. I don't care about that one story where that black guy got in the KKK. Yeah. I'm talking about like 1930s. I will set a cross on fire in your front yard.
Exactly.
Nigger go home KKK. I'm talking about that. The absurdity of the absurdity of, you know, black people joining something like that. That
Right.
was a hate group against black people.
Right.
Like,
Right.
the fact of the matter is, because the group started numbering in the thousands. You know, I didn't think it'd get past 5,000. Its peak number was 29,000.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so that, you know, people railed against it because of the vast number.
Well, that's the thing. You gotta understand something. You introduce a generality. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't anything in it really wasn't nothing specific. It was something unique because it hadn't been accessed before. That perspective or context had not yet been accessed. And the whole aspect of the generality behind it. I mean, so how many black men are there in existence? You know what I mean? So in the aspect of that being, you know, a viable population or market for traffic of attention consumers, yeah, you know what I mean? I think it was genius. And the fact that this channel ain't reflective of that actually shows that you know how many, you know, actual haters. you think about it. You was consistent in racking up haters for members who wanted to continuously have access to whipping your ass internetically.
Yeah, for real, dude. I've had so many internet bombs thrown at me, man. I had to go in the trenches.
Yeah.
They're blowing up all around me, goddamn.
Rambo style, boy.
I'm talking like, you made an entire group to hate black women. It was like, and I always bring up the point. Okay, I did the post where how many posts are actually going against black women in here?
Yeah.
And, you know, very few posts were like that. Because black people do something. They pick out the one thing they don't like and they magnify it.
Right.
Okay. Say if there was a YouTube channel, there are 29 videos talking about white supremacists, racists, blah, blah, blah. This is about a black man.
Right.
And then he has one video and he make it about a fat chick. That is annoying. You know what they're going to call that person? You know what they're going to call that guy?
What?
They're going to call that guy a black woman basher.
Well, see, this is the thing. See, to me, this resonates to something that I used to go through with my ex-wife, in an aspect of her feelings, right? You know, she provide her perspective, and, you know, to be, you know, filling with the lace and everything. And if I spoke in my perspective, not against hers, but we'll say counter of, you know, well, I think I got a more thorough way of seeing this shit. She was like, well, I'm not going to feel bad for how I feel. I'm like, no, nobody's saying you ain't supposed to feel how you feel. But the thing is, let's get an understanding with things. You don't like what I said. Was what I said wrong? Or was what I said you didn't like it? And majority of the time was that she didn't like it, and she didn't like the way it made her feel. But that still meant that a problem was persistent with some type of inconsistency that I, you know what I'm saying, perceived of her. That I probably, you know what I'm saying, brought it to the attention, not like a fucking, you know what I'm saying, you know, like a ape or nothing, you know what I'm saying? It was lovingly, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm the husband. So I ain't finna go at my, you know, you don't go at the wife, you know what I'm saying, like she ain't your wife. You approach her like she the wife. So, you know what I'm saying? How a sensible motherfucker gonna approach his wife? Lovingly. And you provide an inconsistency that you see within her, you know what I'm saying, lovingly. Oh no, you don't care how I feel. Wait a minute, bitch, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And then other people will probably perceive it as bashing if they was on the outside looking at third party shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, okay. So then you get to the understanding that, oh, okay, y'all don't like people taking looks at y'all and y'all flaws.
All right. I'm gonna put you like this. Let's go in this direction. You know why the Pookie and the violent simp does what they do?
Wait a minute.
Let me offer a little bit more clarity. Go ahead.
No, what the fuck? What the fuck is a violent simp? I never heard that one, dog. That is funny as shit. So we talking about Tory Lanez, right? That's a violent simp.
Violent simp. No, that's not Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez is violent. The violent simp is the one that always issuing threats, and he's always saying that he's doing it on behalf of his love for black women. He loves black women. That's why he's doing it. Oh, fuck you up, man.
Oh, that is
my most recent threat is my most recent threat is the guy that said he'll shoot me in my face.
Oh shit.
But he's on the dark web, so he can't be found.
Oh, he told you he's on the dark web?
Yeah, he told me he's on the dark web. I said, you know the FBI can still find you. No, they can't. How they gonna find me? I'm on the dark web. I said, if they want to find you, this is if any IT professional knows that if they want to find you, they can find you. Dark web or no dark web. It's just more difficult dark web. But if they get the right person on it, your ass is grass.
The dark web, like the dark web ain't connected to this nation or this government, whatever. That's just silly.
Yeah, that's silly. Like, I mean, like for real. Like, I mean, you can only get by so far with it. But then, like, I just basically told the guy, I'm like, so you're being a coward. I mean, because I know you're not a ninja.
Right.
I mean, you know, you ain't gonna be able to sneak up on me in the dead of the night. And, you know, nah, you ain't gonna do that shit. You ain't Sub-Zero. Get the fuck out of here.
I got skills.
I got skills to make meals.
Certain skills.
a certain set of skills.
Certain set of skills. Oh shit. Black Sword 44 says psycho simp. A simp that is betrayed one too many times and explode.
Oh, man.
Psycho simp. That is hilarious. All these subcultures of sympatry. Didn't even know about that shit.
Yeah, but you know, have them tell it. You just calling me a simp because I love black women. I said, do you love them all? You love them one at a time? I mean, dog, you have a mother, dog. I mean, yeah, that's how I got here.
Ah, God, I hate
you. Got a mother too, right?
See. Now that's one thing that I think Faulkner talks about it in an aspect of people acknowledging that, you know, when their mother, you know what I'm saying, fuck them up in certain elements, you know, in their life. You know what I'm saying? Just based off of the strength that, okay, you know what, let's say she dropped the ball with this. You know what I'm saying? Folks won't even put their mom in that type of analysis of just a regular person. It's like Method Man used to say all the time. He said, you know, the fans would get so crazy. He said, it's like they couldn't imagine me having to take a shit. You know what I'm saying? They might see me coming from the bathroom or something. And they're like, oh, Method Man. He's like, yo, man, I'm coming from the bathroom or whatever, right? So I think people have certain prestiges that they put folks in. You know, due to, I guess, you know, whatever social distancing status is placed upon them. But in the aspect of the mother, it's like, yeah, my mother can't do nothing wrong. And I'll be the first one to say, shit, my mama could be, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of a dickhead here and there. And I love her, you know what I'm saying, to death. You know what I'm saying? She's a great mother, took care of us, all that good shit. But yeah, she had her flaws too, you know. Yo, you muted. You must have hit your head.
I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh God. I'll tell you the truth, man. Sometimes I do think that they're winning. Sometimes I do.
What, the Simps?
Any of these motherfuckers.
I mean, what do you got?
As long as you're a shitty person to black men.
Yeah. You're definitely winning because you understand, I say it all the time. We black men are the final bastion of reality within identifying reality within society, within this reality. Everybody else, they go along with the bullshit. I think I makes you ask the question: how many black men will go along with the bullshit if, you know what I'm saying, the system was a little bit more receptive to them? You know what I'm saying? But they still go along with the bullshit or whatever. Yeah, I think, you know what I'm saying, I think it just has something against us. You know what I'm saying? Don't like to see us shine, and don't like to see us leading, and they don't like to see us right. You know what I'm saying? My homeboy Thorough said, don't
Some
like to see us
black,
upright. So when
some black men don't like to see black men leading.
yeah,
Let's talk about Highlander syndrome for a second. I might do a show on that one
nice
day.
one. Highlander syndrome. Nice one.
I mean, I didn't come up with the term,
Yeah.
but basically, that there can be only one mentality.
Right.
Like, you know, is I feel like it's why we stay behind. I'm not asking you to get behind me. I'm not going to voluntarily get behind you, but
Right.
I feel like there's enough for all of us. One of the big problems I would say with the Black Manosphere is their refusal to unite to defend. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that we have to all get on the same accord, or
Right.
if you gotta like the Black Manosphere, you gotta think like the Black Manosphere thinks.
Right.
You know, but at the same time, what's wrong? What will be wrong in defending the spear? What's wrong with it? Why do people think that it's such a hard thing to do?
Because you got is this the spear is a space of snooze kicking, man. People can't stay asleep when they come here. That's why the very first thing they do, they start fighting, as opposed to listening and you know what I'm saying, taking in the myriad of higher understandings that the spirit does contain. You know what I mean? Is if you fake, you're
the
gonna hate the Black
voluntary
man.
the voluntary denigration of black men.
Yeah.
And black men aren't supposed to say anything about it.
Nah.
We're not supposed. Let me be perfectly clear on that. We are not supposed to say anything about it. If we say something about it, then there's the gaslighting. We're sensitive. Why are you getting mad if it isn't true? That's my favorite one right there.
Right.
If it ain't true, you wouldn't be getting mad about it. Nah, I mean, like, you don't even be really mad. You just question it.
How long do y'all need to stay on it?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. But let's see.
Send me a text.
See, men putting Mandy Magasaba. I'm sorry. Some names I do have a difficult time with. Men putting down other men is a mating strategy. Saying most men are bad while there are a few good ones, including him, is pandering. A long time ago, a guy in this space who really is a very big anti-Black Manosphere advocate, I ran across him on Facebook, and you can guess who he is if you like. But I told him, you want to make all these women believe that you're one of the last few brothers that actually love black women, so you can seem like some fucking hero. It's like, we love black women, asshole. It's just that, if you want to it's like, to me, if a black woman wants to make something a discussion, she needs to stop crying whenever she gets disagreed with. Just like, especially if you're an adult. Because, I'm under the impression once you pass a certain age, then you can handle discussions and debate and conversations where they might be a back and forth.
Hey, okay, well, wait a minute. You gotta understand that's a different paradigm towards which they operate. Like okay, so the whole aspect of the defensiveness isn't them taking in what it is that's being shared. It's them hearing it. It'd be different if they was taking it in, but nah, they're just hearing it. And the fact that you get such a reflexive response of being, counter to it, that shows you that, okay, you're dealing with firewall programming. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think they're choosing their response. Most of the time, they ain't even really choosing their response. It's just that they're programming that they on. So I think that needs to be a certain in certain elements of the space. You know what I'm saying? Of I guess you could say an empathy illusion bursting. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of taking it to heart that, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying, they jumping out of pocket. It's like, all right, let me, you know what I'm saying, like baseball, let me give you three chances, you know what I'm saying, to catch these under pitches that I'm gonna throw you in the form of specific questioning. You know what I'm saying? And you know, just a you know, the objective, the logic, the rationale. And with that, you can usually tell if they're purposefully dodging the easy understanding that you're tossing them. You know what I mean? And then with that, okay, you know what I'm saying, then can come, you know, and this is why I enjoy KS's, you know what I'm saying, delivery and his stance with things, which it isn't mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm a roguish motherfucker on purpose, and I ain't finna take no bullshit. But I also understand that if I weren't, I would definitely probably be able to reach, you know what I'm saying, you know, a lot more people or whatever. But I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about your feelings if your ass is out of pocket and you all the way in the wrong. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck right. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Texas right now going through all this weather with all this cold and shit. You know what ain't nobody focus on? Bullshit. Everybody, hey,
You're in Texas?
Yeah. I'm in frozen ass Dallas right now. You know what I mean?
Okay, this is where you're in a spot with no power?
Nah. Actually, you know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to Reliant Energy. You know what I mean? My shit been on the whole fucking time. I think it's people who just got Encore. You know what I'm saying? They've been going through it.
Okay. Yeah, man, but yeah, this little Highlander syndrome, because like I would notice this in my real life, you know, because I think that a lot of it is low key a competition for the heart and soul of the black woman. I mean, if that makes any sense at all.
For the heart and the soul. Against who? Who would we be competing with?
I think men do feel like that we're in low key competition with each other. I do think that we feel that way.
Okay, but wait a minute. To be in competition for that, you have to have an understanding of what it tastes like.
No,
You know what I'm saying? What it feels like.
Here's what it is though. Here's what it is. It's not, but everybody's not in the competition. Like,
Right.
you know, everybody's not competing, but everybody's forced to be in that competition. Let me
All
put
right.
you like this, because a lot of people, and here's what I'm going to say. They feel a certain way about seeing a panel like Roger's panel, and then
Right.
seeing females come on that panel, and Roger trying to clear the way for the female to be able to say what she's going to say, so he can begin to dissect it. A lot of people take that as Roger is simping and Roger is letting her get away with saying a lot of bullshit.
Oh,
At the end of the day, you can sure whoop somebody's ass with words.
I mean, yeah, you can, but the thing is they don't understand. They don't know. It's not a science with them. Anybody who's upset with that, they don't understand understanding women as a fucking science. You know what I'm saying? And that's what his platform is doing. If you know what I'm saying, the people was off the goofy, you know what I'm saying, it was on the real and seeing what he's presenting, you know what I'm saying? Just like KS, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, literally, how many of these broadcasts you see and these guys are like, oh my God, she broke up with me in high school. She broke my heart. I
Yeah.
can't let it go. Oh my God, she's not submitting.
You know what I mean?
Oh my God, I can't get any pussy. What's
Right.
wrong? Oh my God, these hoes are hoes.
But see, check it out. But see,
How many broadcasts
you
you
know,
see
no.
like
But,
that?
but see, check it out. That's the jacked up part, because now submission gets a bad rep. You know what I'm saying? So, and they start treating it like people start treating the word hotel.
We want these black women scrubbing their knees going across the floor in a dog collar. That's what what the feminists are trying to push, and some of these little slow tip Negroes too are trying to push, that somehow submission is slavery.
Right.
Like, if she submits, that means that seen and not heard do whatever I want her to do, treat her like shit,
Right.
be dehumanized as
And
much as possible.
and these people are just in loving relationships with their woman, then, huh? You know what I'm saying? They have a counter argument based off of a higher qualitative reality of, you know what I'm saying, relationship, then, huh? Fuck out of here.
I think what the problem is I think that these women are watching too much pornography when they see what submission or submissiveness is in that world, and they
That's
try.
that's the only version that they get. That's the only.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's a combination. It's a combination of that.
Yeah.
Like we want to turn them into our winches, basically. We want to put them in a state of constant fear.
Well, I mean, look, it's as Roger says, that's the UOF. You know what I'm saying? That's a UOFism.
I'm one of the old feminists.
Yeah. So I mean, if and the thing is, they don't even understand that that's the programming that they running. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, they think they gotta fuck to be a hoe, even though they might be in, you know what I'm saying, hoe advertisement or something. And I'm not really hoeing. Yeah, you really hoeing. And then think that they gotta join, you know what I'm saying, join a group to be a feminist, as opposed to seeing that, all right, just basic aspects of this reality considered to be general was, you know what I'm saying, saturated in that. And you don't even know that you was, you know what I'm saying, getting that kind of program. But if I lovingly bring it to your attention, perhaps maybe, you know what I'm saying, you can put 1 and 2 together and get 3 instead of 8. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, my advice to the ladies, like for the whole submission porn and all that other stuff, you might get a better response from some of these brothers if you try it every now and again. But no, not the whole like leather strap shit. I'm not talking about that. That's weird. That's weird stuff. Tie me up. Oh, hit me with that cat o' nine tails. Oops. How do you even know what that is, Kevin? I used to watch professional wrestling.
I ain't never been with a woman that ain't like being tied up. All women like being tied up. All of them. All of them. They will submit like that because they feel that that's only connected to the bedroom. But in the aspect of the marriage and the ongoing relationship, yeah, they're not submitting in the relationship when they submit in the bedroom to themselves. You know what I'm saying? But submission only come when they got to say, okay, and nothing else behind that. Just okay. If I would have got that, oh my God, can you imagine that? Well, you married, so you know what I'm saying. Do you just ever get okay?
Let me tell you something about marriage. You'll get it when you get it. I'll put it to you that way. Now, for the standard the brothers set in the space, about submission and getting your woman to submit, yeah, my woman feels as if she is more protected when I'm around.
Right.
So I accomplished that, at least in that aspect.
That's what's up.
If anything, my wife feels protected.
Yeah.
So I mean, nothing to brag about. I feel like that's something that I am supposed to do. But if you're going to constantly push the narrative of brothers not doing that, just like we push against the narrative that black fathers are actually, in fact, there.
Right.
You're gonna see stuff like when my daughter was a baby, I used to carry her out in public, and everybody acted like I was doing some special shit. I was like, no. Oh, we need more of that. You watch too much goddamn TV. How many kids you got, man? I got 4 kids myself. Oh, so it's unusual, huh? Well, I took care of mine. See, Holiday syndrome, thinking that you the most special shit that the most special black man ever produced.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of these brothers won't help these. Like, one thing I will give black man haters and anti-black manosphere people,
right,
is that they will work together.
Mm-hmm.
Most guys in this sphere well, you know, I keep bringing up this word, Highlander syndrome. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I heard Edwin Anderson say it.
Okay.
So that's the word. Somebody else might have said it. Donnie said it too. Highlander syndrome.
Right.
Like black men just have Highlander syndrome. We feel like that we're supposed to be viewed as the best thing smoking. We don't want other guys getting shine that we feel like we should get. We feel like we should get all the shine, that we should have it all. And you know, I think that's what a lot of these simps be sitting amongst themselves shitting on black men, and every one of them got black skin.
Right.
And they're sitting among themselves like they're the exception. Well, you know, when I say, like, girl be like, well, when I say all black men, I don't mean these black men. Do you know all means 100%? All don't mean 95 because that's not all.
Yeah.
That means there's 5% out there that doesn't do that.
All means some of a couple.
Yeah. 2 + 2 = 2. Like, that's what their version of all is. Well, when I said all black men, I didn't mean them. I'm like, no, bitch, you mean them too.
Yeah.
These niggas will take insults to the fucking dome. What ain't me? You know, let her speak. See, that's what these brothers speak against whenever that's what these brothers speak against when that's what they're afraid, that's what they say they're afraid of when these women come to these panels.
Afraid of what?
They're afraid of women who say that they give that black men ain't shit rhetoric because they seen so many of these guys fall to that weak blue pill shit.
Right.
You know, just let her say what she's gonna say, and you know, maybe she'll stop saying it. And I mean, like, then she'll be broadcasting on YouTube for 3 or 4 hours while you sitting right there saying, well, let her say what she's gonna say when she says. No, and I'm not necessarily talking about guy channels where they let females on the panel. I'm talking about the female channels.
Yeah.
That is the most avoided talking point ever. Okay, like you got female channels that have literally been around for years that make every other video black men are the enemy.
How you and but the fact that they got black men supporters, now that's an odd thing. And
because these are some pussyless simps. Pussies dry up around these guys.
I know, but okay. But the thing is, these are
guys that get bouquets of tulips who like bitches that don't like to exercise. I'm so sorry. I made you cuss me out last night. You know.
But how do you think they can, as you know, being a man, how do you think that they can actually, you know what I'm saying, persist with hearing it? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so take for instance, you know what I'm saying, you got some cat who's a bike rider, you know what I'm saying? And you know, bike rider the way Raj put it, right? So he's a bike rider and he's, you know what I'm saying, one of them, you know, overt bike riders that switch up the voice, and he, you know what I'm saying, got all them crispy S's and everything, right? Listen to one of them cats talk is like really annoying to the point to where, you know what I'm saying, you can't hear it, you can't listen to it. It's like, nah, hearing that sound come from a dude, and it's like, it don't compute, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, nah, I can't receive that. Even if, you know what I'm saying, motherfucker might be talking some truth or whatever, is laced in that package. So it's like, all right, nah, it's uncomfortable just listening to it because it just you know, sounds so off. So with them cats, you know what I'm saying, who are in them spaces, listening to them chicks give that most, you know what I'm saying, vehement account of, you know, it's like that doll test. When you see the doll test and they asking the black children, what's a nice doll? What's the pleasant doll? What's the happy doll and all this shit, right? And then they ask them, you know, well, what's the bad doll? What's the whatever doll? You know, and then it's the black doll. And then they ask them, what doll looks like you? And you see that hesitant in them grabbing the black doll. It's like, yeah, they just said all this, you know what I'm saying, negative shit, not even realizing that they're talking to themselves. They're talking about themselves. So it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? How do you compute with that and follow through with that vein of thinking? You know what I'm saying? It's odd. You hit your headpiece, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh boy, I'll tell you the motherfucking truth. Okay. Yeah. Show tonight. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. The Black Manosphere is I feel like is the undisputed king of all the haters' feelings because we are definitely in control of the haters' feelings.
Oh, we are.
We own them because it's like the fact of the matter is they when they understand that the Black Manosphere does exist, then it triggers them. Think
Right.
about it. Think about it. You know, think about it. What logic do they use when they say that we quote unquote complain about females?
What are their other gripes that they have?
They don't have any other gripes. They make up shit.
That's the only gripe.
They make up shit. They make up the whole. No. If they're not saying that we're complaining about women, it's we want to see black women killed. We want to see them raped.
What?
Like that? No, they say literally everything. They say everything they can. Literally.
Okay. Now, Dr. Tia Johnson, you know what I'm saying, in one of his shouts out, in one of his presentation that he did, he talked about you know what I'm saying, COINTELPRO, you know what I'm saying, taking on the identities of, you know what I'm saying, black women. And I'm pretty sure they took on, you know, identities of black men, whatever. What percentage of the naysayers and the super negative cats do you would you probably guess to possibly be, you know what I'm saying, some so-called, you know what I'm saying, agent provocateurs trying to stir, you know what I'm saying, discord and shit? Because I mean, I've seen some things where I couldn't believe, and this was in the chat. This was in the chat of some sister, and they was actually saying things like if you have daughters, praise God that you have daughters, because if you had a son, you would have just been, you know what I'm saying, bringing something useless in the world. And I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I'm like, wait a minute.
Who said this again?
I don't remember her name. It was from about like maybe 3-4 years ago. I just came across it on a Sunday after, you know, listening to some Dr. Amos Wilson, and you know, some sisters in there, and I'm like, okay, let's see what they're talking about, because she was talking about alpha. She was trying to tell sisters that, okay, y'all ain't ready for an alpha, and they was you know what I'm saying, I guess, you know what I'm saying, battling her in the chat, whatever, and then she spoke on anything other than, you know, so-called perceived alpha, and no worth whatsoever. So it's like, okay, well, you got your own perspective with it, but the fact that you would say such things about sisters who possibly having sons, that ain't no, you know what I'm saying, no alpha, you know what I'm saying, alpha, beta, whatever, all that other shit. That's a black man thing. You know what I'm saying? That's a complex that she got about brothers as a whole. So it's like, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? The fact that, you know what I'm saying, you would, you know, and she had a sizable platform, you know, so probably like 30,000-40,000. And I'm looking at the chat and I can't believe what the hell I'm seeing when I'm reading. And I was like, damn, it's all these sisters up in here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what? That should be telling us something.
It seemed very clansy. Let's put it like that. It seemed hella clansy.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. They're white supremacists. I'm not going to even sugarcoat it like that. They're white supremacists, not just because they're against black men, but they're against unity with the black male. That which is black empowerment. If whether you want to fucking believe that or not, because you can't do black empowerment with just women.
Right.
Okay. I honestly believe, I will say this with a biased tongue, I do believe you can do black empowerment with just men, because men include women. Women only include themselves and the dudes that decide they don't want to be dudes anymore.
Right. So it was very clansy, dog. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I can't believe what I'm reading, can't believe what I'm seeing, can't believe what I'm hearing. And I'm like, damn, man, Like really ain't liking us, but based off of what? You know what I'm saying? And what I think it is, primarily, this is what it is. Whatever is messed up in their life, they know that they have to have us to fix it. They have to have us. They can't fix it on their own, and no one outside of us is going to fix it for them. And the fact that, you know what I'm saying, it's an essentiality. It's just not, you know what I'm saying, it's not a preference of us being in their life in a directive role. It's an essentiality. And I think that's what they fucking despise more than anything.
Yeah. Cortez Smith says, shout out to Charles Gilmore 3. Thanks for coming by once again.
Respect.
Cortez Smith Rogish, to be fair, I've been hearing black KKK women say worse in real life. They could be agents on YouTube, though.
Yeah. I mean, look, one thing I had never heard, I've never heard no sister talk like that ever before, or even read anything to such a degree. I mean, I just assumed that they were all feminists, you know. So I'm thinking, okay, this must be a feminist channel. And the fact that, you know what I'm saying, that shows my conditioning. The fact that I was, you know what I'm saying, low key was going to give it a pass simply because, oh, okay, yeah, this must be a feminist channel. So, you know, that's how, you know what I'm saying, feminists talk. And it's like, oh, okay, but yeah, that's them. But it's like, nah, just the fact that, you know what I'm saying, they're talking about us like that in such a super negative. I mean, and you know, kind of old dude. What's homie name? What's cuz name? You know how Mace be going too hard sometimes. they was going double Mace.
God damn.
I couldn't believe, like, holy shit! All you bitches sound like CEOs. All right, then. So that's how it is. All right, whatever. Housewife of this, that, and the third. Tamar that. Nisi this. You know, shit. but it seems that's that, and the fact that it's a fight right off the bat. Like I used to, you know. Okay, so I ain't, you know, been in the space that long, but I've been aware of the space since, you know, the beginning and everything. And my first introduction to all this was, you know, SWP. You know what I'm saying? And I judged him right off the bat, right off the bat. You know, like, oh, okay, you know, this cat whine or whatever. And you know what I'm saying, I heard it and didn't take into consideration, you know what I'm saying, the depth that he was going to in sharing his experience with it, and the fact of what he possibly went through that would provide, you know, that would have him provide, you know what I'm saying, such a perspective. But, and you know, 10 years later, I had to eat my motherfucking words. I'm like, wait a minute, yo, you know what I'm saying? Listening to him, it's like, okay, you know, possibly, you know, a little bit harsh because, you know what I'm saying, brother, you know, probably been hurt or something, or tired of seeing the bullshit. And having went through some shit, it's like, you know what? Yeah, I now understand. You know, and he wasn't really going that hard, but you know what I'm saying, I was younger, you know, probably like, I don't know, 29, 30. 29, 31, some shit like that. No, I was around 20, 27, 28, whatever. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay. And now seeing the cats who were in the space at that time, listening to what they were saying, and now having the, you know what I'm saying, the life experience that I've had, you know, marriage, divorce, and all that, second time around, you know what I'm saying? But also having gone through those stages of seeking to build, seeking to develop, you know what I'm saying, providing loving input, loving guidance, and you know what I'm saying, and having that rejected right off the bat based off of the social condition that I was, you know what I'm saying, engaging with my ex, whatever. And it's like, yeah, this space was correct the entire time. Maybe not to the extremes of, you know, the Pete used to, you know, WP used to kind of go hard. Definitely not to the extremes of times, timing, whatever. This shit is a little extreme, but he had some points that he was making. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of cats in the pro-black sector, they didn't want to agree with him, you know what I'm saying, based off of his delivery with it in the aspects of where he was doing had his bash moments, whatever. But in the moments to where he provided, more of an understanding of just setting the observation, it was like, okay, yeah, you got a point with that. And now, lo and behold, all these years later, it's like, damn, I'm having to eat a lot of my words that I had back in 2007 or 2008, whenever, space drop. I'm having to eat a lot of those words and, humble myself and understand that it's a learning space. It was so much more than just, brothers complaining about sisters. There was you had brothers sharing information about their professions. You had brothers showing other brothers how to get into a profession. You know what I'm saying? There was so much information being passed. Geopolitics, finance, home repair. I'd heard cats going to, like more all kind of good stuff. So what I think it is that those of us who are programmed to a different perspective of what we might have been conditioned to believe is respectfully engaging our women, we tend to have from the jump a biased perspective of engaging. Yeah.
I hear you, brother, but I don't even think you should even explain it like that. Sometimes I feel like that we're wasting our time. Like I'm so dead ass serious right now. Sometimes I don't even think the space wants to be the space. Sometimes I really feel like that. I mean, I don't know. I defend it because I'm with the shits. I don't like to see people trying to do this fucking shit. But I don't know. Sometimes people in the space don't even think the space is good enough. Sometimes they go with that hater bullshit and they fall to weakness. And it's something that I don't like seeing. But it seems to be the direction that we're gonna go in. So I'm about to end the broadcast, but can you stay afterwards?
Most stuff.
Yeah. So listen up, people. I'll be back tomorrow night, which is Saturday. Just with another good discussion. Gonna go ahead and just end it right here. Thanks for the people who's coming in. Thank you for tuning in. It'll probably be another Black Manosphere themed broadcast. But this problem has to be addressed, and if people don't start addressing it in a way that preserves this space, then it's going to be an even bigger problem. People don't. I may be getting a little paranoid, but it's just y'all don't understand. If we don't do something about it now, it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
So I'm finna just go. Yeah, I'm finna go. Yeah, Raven Knight. I'm finna go get some barbecue. So I'm gonna end it right here. Zach say focus? Can I join? I was going to end, but okay, I'll go ahead and. All right, Zach, stay focused. I'm posting the link right now. You can come up for a few minutes. All right. So there's the link.
Raven says, I'll send you free Mortal Kombat tickets. Get over here. That trailer was dope, though. That trailer
was awesome. Let me see. Yeah, I like the trailer. I hope it's just not a knee-jerk reaction to just violence, but I'm very optimistic about the film. The trailer itself looks a lot better than the two films that came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zero.
Respect.
Hurry up and buy.
Nice name. What's going on, man?
Awesome, man.
What it is, man. What it is.
What's going on, y'all, man? How you feeling? Yeah, I know you was finna end it, bro, but man, this space, bro, I don't understand like why certain like it's crazy because I feel like this space is like it got a lot of good information in it, but it's like certain people just coming in there and they kind of fucking it up. It's like it's too much shit going on in this space, man.
Right. But the thing is, the space is needed because where else is people going to get such a dose of truth and reality?
Yeah.
Most other places, people they lie to themselves, and you're not permitted to lie to yourself in this space. You're not permitted to lie to those of the space. You're not permitted to give nothing without
Without facts,
substantial facts behind it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It makes you it really makes you better. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And you know what, bro? Like me being in this space since 2017,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Up to this point, especially when StreamYard came, it was over with because I was here like way before Google Hangouts, and I'm like, damn, like this should evolve. But you're right, the space is needed. It's just that everything y'all say in this space is true. Like soon as black men have a space of their own, they put all these. I mean, they have all these facts and data. Then people try to tear it down. You know, I see the women coming in this space all of a sudden. Last year, months ago, matter of fact, a year and a half ago, these women weren't even over here like that. You know what I mean? Like now they just trying to bring black men down, which y'all said last year in the stream. Like whenever the men go to try to build, you got women who want to, you know, sabotage what you build. And like, it's too many response videos. It's too much of women just. I mean, the rhetoric is strong.
But you got to acknowledge though, the space is this type of space is definitely gonna get tested though. You know what I'm saying? Even the Shaolin got tested. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean,
it's gonna get tested. It's gonna get the tests have to come because the trial of the integrity of the space is going to be up for it. It's too much integrity. Right. It's way too much integrity for people to want to see the shit to be intact.
Right. Way too much. You know what though? I agree with that. But my thing is, I mean, damn, I thought black men wasn't about shit. Now y'all want to hate on us and tear us down, and now you want to really be over here and really like. I mean, I thought black men wasn't building. Soon as black, that's some jealous shit, bro. That's jealous, bro.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with jealousy, but you know, a lot of it has to do with programming as well and mindset. Let me go and shout out these two cash apps. Sheed, we here. Appreciate that cash app, and Sir Anthony, appreciate it as well. Thank you, brothers.
Respect.
And you know the crazy thing about this space, to me is like even you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these content creators, these black men who come on here and they look up you know what I'm saying, they look up the data, they read shit, they understand information. It's a lot of smart brothers in this space. I'm gonna tell you why, because when I get out of this space, I'm in Chicago, bro. These niggas is illiterate and ignorant out here. And I'm talking about niggas who got a nice house. Like I just met a dude I know him, but I chopped it up with him. Yeah, okay, I need you to give me a lining, bro. All that. This dude, 43 years old, sound worse than the 21-year-old. Yeah, folks. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? You ignorant ass nigga. I don't talk like that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's crazy, man.
So the space is giving you a dose of basically a dose of game that permits you some refinement and upliftment.
Yeah, it proves me right. All the shit that I thought years ago growing up, like this shit don't make sense. These niggas is snakes. He a slick crook. He'd do anything. She's a liar. Yeah, y'all was right. Yeah, so the space just confirmed what I've been thinking. But I think in order to be in this space, and I think the space have to classify this too, like we have to start identifying the people who can really be realistic on the panel, come with real facts, logic, no emotions, not how you feel, and the white man this and that. No. We just gonna have to come together as men, and all the guys who understand the message, they're gonna have to stand out from these ignorant niggas who just on here trolling and making sounds and like, bro, people playing playbacks of music and clips and trolling. Like this space ain't about that, bro.
But no, but that shows you the potency of it. The
Yeah,
fact, okay, this is the thing. It's like okay, in martial arts, it's not about who can do the most elaborate move for the highest amount of damage. It's about who can do the most simplistic move for the highest amount of damage. And that's
Okay,
how
I get it. I get that.
you know, you feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? While other people might be wanting to do the, you know what I'm saying, Kamehameha kick and shit, this space is of the quality where, you know what I'm saying, old master, well, all they got to do is stomp you and you're going to have a heart attack. You know
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying, like case in point, I don't want to mention it because everybody all, you know what I'm saying, over the top about it, but just look at the hate of Kevin Samuel, bro. Him putting himself out there, being on these panels in this space. We all disagree with him, but I mean, he had his platform. As men, like guys like us, I'm not gonna hate on him.
What was the disagreement?
No, the whole thing is you see the hate that he get from the women. Look at them. I'm like, damn, and it just shows me that this space was right. Everything goes back to this space. This space told me last year, even though I've been knew this, black women are vindictive and they sneaky and they slick. They'll try to do anything. These women want to get a hold to the man ex-wife. If that ain't no black woman shit, I don't know what it is.
Oh, they're looking for his ex-wife. Well, you gotta understand something. They don't look. They can't fight with info. They can't fight against the facts. So, you know what I'm saying, they have to find some other way to attack. And because you gotta understand something, those facts force them to take a look at themselves that they've been avoiding for the longest. And anytime you've done it, if you've been in, you know, you have been married or a relationship?
No. I mean, yeah. I got two kids.
Okay. So you didn't presented something to your baby mama where she out of motherfucking pocket and she avoid the mirror. You know what I'm saying? She avoid the check. That's where the whole aspect of, hey, check yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we forgot one thing. Remember, everything I say go back to the space, bro. I said it, y'all said it, every different panel said it. It's a lot of stuff y'all say about the behaviors of black women that's true. Like, yeah, I've been, you know what I'm saying? Me and my baby mama ain't been together in 4 years. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 kids, been together 8 years. Yeah. And I didn't hate the chick, but I couldn't stand her guts because she was an ignorant, stupid bitch. But anyway, I'm not gonna get personal. I'm just saying, like, she was one of those chicks. She was one of those
black man being brutally honest for real.
No, she was one of those chicks that thought she was smarter than me. And this shit really made me look at her like,
smarter than you.
And I'm looking at her like, bitch, you irresponsible with your vagina. Let's be real. You know what I mean? You let me get it like that. So I know what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying in my mind. So I've been through a point where I told her,
he said in my mind.
No, I ain't touch her. I can talk all that shit, but I don't really try to degrade women. Even on these panels, I don't went too far, but sometimes I let it go, bro. But now, even with my big mama, I told her, I said, listen, I don't celebrate Christmas no more. And if you with me, you ain't celebrating it. And my kids not. She hated me for it. I told her, I don't eat pork. And if you with me, I'm not gonna eat it, and you're not gonna eat it, or my children. And she thought, what? Ain't that nigga gonna tell me nothing? And I'm looking at her like, you dumb bitch, I pay all the bills. Are you fucking crazy? And that's what made me realize that black women are very disrespectful. There's something wrong with them mentally. Not all of them, but most of them.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something, Zach. Let me ask you something. What do you think is the most detrimental programming that they didn't experience?
Social media. Yep.
You think social media? So how old are you, fam?
30.
You 30? Okay. So in the aspect of social media, okay, so would you say it's the perspective of delivering the image of hoism, what it is with social media, or what is it about social media you think that got them loopy?
I mean, I agree with that too, because you made a point right there, hoism. But I think they consuming too much media and being unrealistic over media, and most women gravitate towards shit that's non-physical. So women look for shit like emotions, and I feel like this, and I feel like that, and God is gonna manifest and all this other funny shit, but it's not true. A lot of black women, they need to get off social media, number one. Number two, get back in reality. And reality is, if you don't have a man, you have to work. Ain't nobody gonna support you. If you have a father that'll help you, good for you. But anyway, a lot of you women think you're so independent. Oh, I'm so single, but you need a mechanic to fix your oil change. You need a mechanic to put your battery in. Like, stop asking men for shit. And that's
Right.
I don't like that about women. If you're so strong and independent and all this, stop asking men for shit.
Nah, that's too much logic. That's too much logic, too much rationale. You gotta look, you gotta do it like heroin, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do it like heroin. For real. You gotta do it like heroin. You gotta trick them into not even understanding that they're actually, you know what I'm saying, building to your will, or yielding to your will.
Yeah,
And
yeah, but everything.
and they might not, and that might sound chauvinistic or whatever, but
No, it's not, bro. That's not true. You're still a man.
well, no,
You
no,
think different from women.
I'm saying that to the women listening.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
oh,
Yeah, that might sound chauvinistic, but if you look at where the black family is right now, and ask yourself, would it have been better for them women of the past to continue on the path of whatever social condition they was on back then, or listen to the men who they were with back then? What
Listen
would
to
be,
the man.
you know what I'm saying? And we don't even know if it would have been that much difference of a plus of it, but it definitely would have been more of a plus for them than this minus that they're going through right now.
Listen. I'm gonna say this about black women because I've been faced with all this shit on several panels. Oh, your daughter is black, your mother is black, your sister is black, and all yada yada. Check this out. And I tell women this in person. You feel like this about black women. I don't feel like nothing. I'm realistic about life. Black women know better. Get your mind right. Come back to the table. We negotiate and figure this out.
No. You said they know better. Look, of course they know better.
Yeah,
but
I don't hate black women and nothing like that, but I will cuss them out. But I don't hate them, bro.
No, you don't hate them. You hate the condition. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. The reality, yeah.
But the thing is, this is my question. I think that there is, from what Kwame Ture used to teach, that there is a level of consciousness that people can reach that is reversible and irreversible. So how much social conditioning can they engage in with this society that puts them on the negative aspect of the spectrum before it becomes a permanent thing? So this, you know what I'm saying? Because you're 30 and I'm looking at, you know what I'm saying, like your generation, the 30-year-olds and you know what I'm saying, younger folk. I mean, you know what I'm saying, y'all women is super off the chain. Now, our generation, I'm 42. You know what I'm saying? We had,
man,
you know what I'm saying?
Young, man. You ain't 50 yet, man.
No. But the thing is, I was, you know what I'm saying, I was able to gauge that, you know what I'm saying, our women, you know, they was off the chain, but it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, a super massive thing like that. It was a lot of them off the chain. You wouldn't have thought that was majority of them off the chain, but in your generation and the ones below you,
it's 225 and down. I feel bad for them.
It's hard not to say 88%. It's hard not to say 88% of y'all's generation.
Bro, hold on, bro. For some strange for some strange reason, I believe in the manosphere enough to convince the minds of young brothers right now so they can learn everything we tell them about marriage laws, child support, the law, politics, black female fuckery, hypergamy, and all that, enough to the point by the time they get up, we made a difference. This is why we have to run these little stupid, ignorant niggas up out of the space when they come on here. And look, if they don't agree with us, that's cool. You're a human being. You have the right to disagree. But when you get to a point where you think you're gonna tear us down and try to discredit what we're building, we're
No,
gonna run you up out of here.
what it should be is what BGS established, and he hasn't done it in a minute, where he would have a live and in the title, whoever was, you know what I'm saying, popping that shit out of pocket, he'll put their name there and put "come on up."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And open up the panel for the, okay, you got some shit to say, you got some shit to talk. All right, cool. Come on up.
Yeah,
Other than that, you know what I'm saying, you get booted out. Jason Black does this shit. You know, he ain't in the sphere like that, you know, in the way he is. You know what I'm saying? He calls out their number, like, yo, mods, these people need, you know what I'm saying, they need to call in, or you boot them out of there. So that's what it should be. It should be, okay, look, if you have a counter argument against whatever's being shared on the panel, cool, come up on the panel. And I'm the type of motherfucker where I drop off. If it's, you know what I'm saying, if you look panel with 10, I drop off. Let's get them up there, see if they shit hold up. You know what I'm saying? That's the college.
But you know what, though? You know what? I have this crazy theory on which I've been thinking it since I was like, I want to say like 19. Listen, I think that it goes back to what this space was saying about these women cohabitating, having children with the niggas who are illiterate and who have low IQ. Because for you to understand what I'm saying, and for Cav to understand what I'm saying, for Roger, BGS, all these major content creators, we are a different caliber of men. And what that means is, we was right. A lot of our people are fucking brainwashed and dumb. And they don't care about none unless you give them some money. Let's be real.
Yeah, facts.
So because of that, this space, I think people who are like-minded, people who can add to the conversation, keep up in these conversations, and they know how to articulate themselves, I think that's a sign of genetics as far as like it's some people who just know how to have a conversation and not do ignorant dumb nigga shit and
bro, it ain't nothing special, because if you look
I'm
at
not
it from
saying that, I wouldn't say that.
no, hear me out. It ain't special, and it ain't exclusive. The most square dude usually has a logical and rational perspective with how they engage things. The most square cat, you know what I'm talking about? And the thing is, they're going to get the fight from their women, you know, or their woman. If they're square, they ain't got women, but from their woman, based off of the fact of them being a square, not based off the fact of them being wrong or them not being right and exact.
Yeah, but look, I'm gonna say, look, let's see if you can get this. Okay, I get what you said, but here go my thing. The thing with me is, I look at certain examples in real life, even social media, even celebrities. I be looking at everything in the world. Look, to be aware is to be alive. Be aware of the world around you. Know what's going on. Know the laws. Know this and that. Okay, so I look at my life. Okay, I'm not gonna consider myself as no rah street dude and all that. Why? Because them guys don't really have any power. They have influence over ignorant people, and that means nothing. So to me, I look at it like, okay, you women couldn't even like a black woman couldn't even get with Tiger Woods. And
wait, what that got to do? Wait, man,
no. I'm going somewhere with it. A black woman couldn't even get Tiger Woods or Kobe, and now Mike flipping his race. So what that means is, your best and brightest black men who has the opportunity, who has a seat at the table, they don't date y'all like that. So we dealing with people who don't care about shit. We dealing with people who are arrogant, naive, and hard-headed. They don't listen. They think they know everything. And that's black folks. Let's be honest. Black folks think they know every goddamn thing instead of being humble and trying to understand shit. Seriously. And if you say what I'm saying, then some people look at you different. And that's why I'm in with it.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it seems like you're you know what I'm saying, on the path to where, you know what I'm saying, you trying to get a whole lot more, you know, reality about life, you know what I'm saying, within your life. And then, you know, the whole dropping of you know, no Christmas, no pork or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Those are actually like personal things. And you know what I'm saying, if you're gonna take that to your woman, you have to understand what it means to engage someone, you know, with, you know, some religious shit. Like okay, so I, you know, I'm in the wellness field, right? And you know what I'm saying, one aspect of it, you know, personal training, we have therapy, whatever. So with the personal training, you know, you come with nutrition balance, right? Now I've
Right.
learned over the years, you think it's just food, you know what I'm saying? To somebody who's thinking rationally, thinking logically, oh, it's just food. And you know what I'm saying, you eat
No,
it.
no, it's not just
Eat,
food. It's
no,
several
no,
other things too.
no, but for somebody basic, it is just food. It's like,
Thank
okay,
you. Thank
that, and that's the whole thing. You're not dealing with people who are thinking on a basic general level with things as they should. You know, so okay, well, this is food, this is nutrition, this is sustenance. If you put in a certain quality of this, the body is going to is going to metabolize it in a certain manner, right? No, with a lot of folks, food is damn near like talking religion because it's attached to other things besides consumption. With my discipline ass, yeah, it could just be consumption. I eat, you know what I'm saying? I can eat chicken breast and asparagus and all that, you know, that healthy shit for 8 months straight. You know what I'm saying? And it won't be nothing for me. But for somebody else, it's attached to the
right.
culture, it's attached to a lot, it's attached, it's an emotional, you know, so a lot of people eat emotionally. So when you talk about food and you think that, okay, this is just part of that journey that they want to get to that healthier state, and to them, they're thinking, oh man, this is grandma's tortillas. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh no, I
Right.
can't get that up. But you tell them, look, you need to cut flour out of your diet. And what ways are you taking in flour? And then they tell you, and you just you're just again your basic thinking, oh, okay, this is food. I can change that, especially if it's harming me. I can change that. But you know what I'm saying? It for a lot of folks, it's not that easy. It's not that
Yeah,
simple.
well,
So
well, it
so so you
goes.
so you have to see your discipline at a different level. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no, yeah, no, I agree with that partially, but look, it goes back to what I said. This space is only made up of 13% of top elite thinkers, people who really can compartmentalize thoughts and they can have conversation with logic and they can articulate themselves and they can be on point and stay on topic. It's nothing extra. It's not no yo, I'm keeping it real. I'm just me. I'm just a nigga and all this stupid shit. It's not that. Those are for the fucking clowns because I'm gonna tell you the truth. I grew up in Chicago and I don't consider myself no thugged out street dude, but I've been in those situations, even especially when I was young, man. I never tried to be street or none of that. Why? Because these niggas don't run nothing.
Street
The
don't
police
mean
don't.
street don't mean nothing. But it seems that with that
That's what
and the
I'm
fact
saying, bro.
the fact that you're in Chicago and Chicago going through what they going through, you know what I'm saying, with all that madness, I can see how that could, you know what I'm saying, definitely be a paradigm for you. But it helps to look at it from the most base of it. You know what I'm saying? From the most base of it. The fact that good men and a square, you know what I'm saying, is a good man. That's a solid man. It just might be
Yeah,
boring, you know what I'm saying,
thank
to a
you.
chick, but that's a solid man. More than likely, you know what I'm saying, adequate father, adequate husband. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with that. So
No,
so
no,
so go ahead.
no. But see, not to cut you off, brother. Sorry about that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you good, fam.
No, no. I was saying, I mean, that's true too. But the thing is, even with me, I'm not no square dude. Like I'm a grown man. I'm a father. I'm a brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm an uncle. I'm all of these things. Man, I have my children. I taught my kids how to read, man. I got a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old, and both of them
Respect.
can pronounce words.
That's
Off
what's up.
flashcards, I took my time and did it, bro. So my life is different. I feel better about myself as a man. I'm not no wanna be street nigga, but I'm not no clown, no goofy either. I'm just a grown man. I can't be realistic. Pay
Right.
attention to life, like, and
Right.
people don't like that. They bro. I live by myself. 2 cars. I work 2 jobs. And I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. These women, I done had women pass me up, try to play me, but I can see through the like seeing how people live. damn, your nigga ain't got no job and he driving your car and this is who you love. So y'all right about black women. They don't value intelligence. So that's why I dated out. Now the chick I'm with now, I'm just saying,
That's fucked up when you get that realization, huh?
it's cool. But that was like years ago. Now the chick I'm with now, she from Venezuela. I ain't even hit her yet. We just having a good conversation. Man, if I want something to eat, if I text and call, she would pull up. We can just talk. That's real, bro. That's real.
Hey, it is
And
what it
I'm
is.
gonna be real, and a lot of black women hate me for all the black women in my family barely speak to me because of this chick, and I'm going through that. That's what I'm dealing with.
Look, bro. Look. One thing you gotta understand, bro. If you can get with a quality woman, and she is respectfully receptive to you, look, bro, partake. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's saying you got to be a nationalist. If you're going to be a nationalist, then okay, go ahead and be a nationalist. But I mean, if not, then get you a quality woman of wherever. You know what I'm saying? It's, right? Because the thing is, there's nobody helping black men. There's nobody helping black men. And me and my brother was talking about this earlier. Whatever, when you get your piece, you get your piece, bro. And I'm telling you right now, you 30, dog. You better go for your motherfucking piece, because if you don't, that shit gonna haunt you later on.
Okay, hold on, wait, but look. Me being brutally honest, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Matter of fact, I take that back. Not keep it real. That's some nigga shit. I'm gonna be real about it. Like about
no, wait, hold on, no, love. That ain't keep it real. Like, look, okay, we do got our own way in which we, you know what I'm saying, engage in English. Ain't nothing wrong with keeping it real, cuz. All right, look, it's just a dialect.
I'm gonna keep it real. Look, to keep it real, I want more than one woman, more than two women to be exact. It's enough for me to go around, so I don't give women commitment and titles. You see?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm single. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no incel, none of this corny shit people talk. I'm cool. I'm a good, genuine dude. If I want a woman, I'll walk right up on her. You know what I'm saying? We can have a conversation. That's cool. If she curves me, that's all good too. But I mean, I really don't think about it, but a lot of black women think they're better than you, and they really not. They be broke and debt big and panhandling. And that's just the truth, bro.
Yeah. I think it would do you well to listen to the Green Gorilla. Are you subscribed to him?
Yeah. I think.
Yeah.
But I think you live.
Nah, cuz just subscribe, man. The G with a PhD. Shout out, dog.
I got him. You right.
The way that he goes into the black woman's understanding of feminism, not just them being feminists, but their understanding of feminism. I mean, he exposed that there's at least like a 3-tier system within that. And the women who we've been encountering in an aspect of them displaying their, I guess you could say, their inadvertent feminism, they're nowhere near on the level of the black women who, you know, at other levels, who actually had somewhat of a rational perspective with it, that you could you know what I'm saying, respect it in an aspect of, okay, well, this is y'all stance. And they had a stance with that unto themselves that didn't have to put down black men. You know what I'm saying? But majority of sisters is displaying, you know what I'm saying, that other shit, you know?
And listen. I tell women in my family, like my sisters, my cousin, and especially my auntie, I tell them, y'all gotta talk right to men. Y'all be saying the wrong shit. You do shit the wrong way. And that's true. You black women do all this talking crazy shit, and you ready to get some dick from a black man. That just showed me you don't know what the hell you want. That's why you need leadership. And I'm gonna keep it real. Black men can care less about if women want us, and that's not true. Most black men on their purpose. Most decent black men, they doing what the hell they gotta do as a man, have money. Some of them getting in shape, some of them own the business, some of them came from the military, college, worked 2 jobs. This shit is true, bro. Not every dude is on the block. That's not true. And a lot of them think that, but that's not true. Y'all just don't like dudes like us, especially dudes like me, Because
So
I'm
so
gonna tell
so
y'all
so
now,
so let's say you in Chicago right now, right?
and
Uh,
black women hate my guts out here.
all right, let me finish. Let me finish. What is the quality? What usually is the quality of sister that you hollering at out there? Who's you know what I'm saying, might not be receptive, you know what I'm saying, to your hollering.
CNA, teacher,
Uh-huh.
paralegal,
Uh-huh.
veterinarian. Then I meet the chicks who bartending, who work at the hotels, and chicks at banks. And
Right.
I be greeting women, and I walk up on them and start talking to them and hold a conversation. But they
Right.
start acting like black women and start looking at me like, oh, I have this and that, and this dumb bitch said that.
Let me,
She's a
let me go and step in for a second. First off, let me offer some clarity. No one is entitled to anything, not even for a woman to be nice to you. I mean, you know, people feel like it should happen, but I mean, it's just not going to. I do understand that the attitude is out there, but one thing I've come to learn is like brothers need to more so call a spade a spade. Rather, you know, if there weren't so many simps and so many broken men out there, these women would not think this behavior was okay.
Right.
All right,
And
Yeah, I agree with that. I
I
agree
see
with that.
zero
No,
zero
no, he
said
right. He
zero
right on that.
said there's no black woman's understanding feminism, intersectionalities, and the thing with feminism, it benefits women, period, to whatever the
Thank
fuck that
you.
is. This
Thank
is
you.
why I don't trust the PhDs. Them niggas here to hustle. Well, I'm gonna let you
Thank
know,
you.
Zero, go check out the Green Gorilla, the G with a PhD. You know what I'm saying? Before you make such a judgment on that brother, because he is 180. You feel me? So go ahead, check him
I
out.
mean, listen, I'm not gonna knock nobody. I will always help people out because some people come with some valid information. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is we're dealing with a different atmosphere of women. I'm not saying all black women are just gonna play you. I'm not saying that. That's not true about the space. The
No, no, no,
truth
no,
is
no.
the reality.
Nobody's saying you saying that. What I'm trying to do is analyze the mentality of the black woman in your aspect of society. Because this is one thing that we tend to do. We is okay. If you put the United States in a different part of the world, see how many countries would, you know what I'm saying, add up the space of the United States. So in an aspect of the culture of the area that you're in within this country, your
Right,
women
that's
is
true.
going to go through, you know, somewhat of a different type of, you know what I'm saying, socialization process. So I was trying to, you know what I'm saying, basically see, you know what I'm saying, where the women was with you. Because I noticed that you brought up a couple of times the street thing, you know what I'm saying? You hella, you know what I'm saying, anti Pookie, right? And I get
No,
it, you know what I'm saying?
I'm. People will call. Look, bro, I had people call me Pookie in his face, but that's not who I am. Who I am is just me, bro. I'm
Right.
just listen. I don't even have a tattoo. I've been to jail, but I ain't. I never did months. I did weeks, but I never. I don't. I don't, nigga. I don't have a tattoo. I work out every day. I eat one meal a
You
day.
ain't
It's
you ain't you
different
ain't
from.
gotta you ain't gotta be a Pookie to go to jail in the United States,
No,
cuz
I'm just
shit.
saying. A lot of niggas talk all this shit. A lot of niggas talk all this. I'm from the streets. I'm this and that. Nigga, you not gonna do nothing. When the fucking police smack your mom upside her head, nigga, you gonna want a lawsuit.
No, okay.
You
So
gonna
let
want
me let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Because
that's black folks, ain't it?
because the thing is, you bring that up. You brought that up like 4 times. So I'm trying to see what
I
is
didn't
it?
I didn't
What is it about the street element? Like what's the next step up from the street element? Do you consider yourself a step up from the street element?
no, I consider myself as a guy that's using logic and just being realistic about life. And
Right.
I keep saying realistic because let's be real. When you're by yourself, you reflect, especially as a man, you reflect on your choices, your decisions. I do that every day, and I can do everything better and different. And guess what? I don't hate black people. It's not about that. It's just like, listen, I'm gonna say this. I was a top notch street nigga. I was that when I was younger. I've
Okay.
been a hustler. I've been all that. I've been all that. And you know what? The streets is some fake ass phony motherfuckers and they will kill you. So that shit is not true. This hood shit ain't true. All this shit that women like and I I want a nigga who's a baller. That none of that is true. So everything we saying is true. It's better to be a strong man, have a skill, nigga. If you don't even I know niggas who my age who don't even look. Bro, these dudes cannot use tools in the toolbox. But I'm an electrician and I do maintenance and do security. Like, let's be real, bro. Like,
God
I know how
damn,
to
boy.
fix cars.
You
I know how to do a
Jamaican?
lot of shit. My granddaddy showed me that.
That's
Think
what's up.
about it, bro. Think about it. My granddaddy showed me that, and my father showed me that.
That's
And
what's up.
and that's the truth, bro. Like a lot of these niggas is weak as hell, and they think they better than us, and they some low life ass ignorant niggas who clown ass black women telling them that they real men and all that, but that's not true. That's what I see, bro.
Hmm. So okay. So you say okay. So let me ask you this. So you're clearly SYSBM, right? Are you SYSBM, or you just like, I got me a good woman. You know what I'm saying? Would you tell cats to go to Venezuela? You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean
Cop a good woman.
What I would tell cats is, as a man, you meet a woman that's going to follow your program. That's number one. Number two, you meet a woman that really can have a conversation with you and see how you feeling. And it's not black women like that. Black women talk too fucking much. They always run their goddamn mouth. They always telling their business. And girl, I did this and that. Shut your motherfucking ass up. Your grandma was a loudmouth, stupid heifer. You stupid. Do what the fuck I tell you. And black women don't like that, bro.
So let me ask you this. When you was doing your hood shit,
I had it happen.
When you was doing your hood shit, and then you stopped, how long did you persist with hollering at hood chicks as your norm?
No, it wasn't just hood chicks.
No. I'm saying no. The thing is, most of the time, you know what I'm saying, hood cats is they either going to get, you know what I'm saying, some good chick who's looking to, you know what I'm saying, get a thug pet, you know what I'm saying, or a square chick, you know, so chick looking to be live and, you know what I'm saying, connect with a thug pet or something like that, or they're going to get with a hood chick, so, you know, someone who is of that area, of that, you know what I'm saying, that aspect of society. And usually, you know what I'm saying, when cats make the transition, you know what I'm saying, you used to what you used to, right?
I'm gonna tell you, bro. My new slogan. Hello?
Yeah, it sounded like you went mute, fam.
No. I just had a call.
Oh, okay.
But
money.
I can't even hear that.
You said my new slogan, and then you went silent.
Oh no. I'm saying my new slogan is black women hate my guts.
Ah, shit.
Yeah. That's how far we going.
Yeah, that was very eloquently pointed out. But let's do final statements, because
I appreciate it, Cav. I don't want to hold your panel up. I appreciate you, Cav, man.
Cool. You cool. I appreciate you coming by. You know, feel free to drop by anytime, sir.
Respect. Hey, but I'm gonna give mine. So always, you know what I'm saying, respect for the hospitality, Kev, weekend warrior. Long live the habitual line steppers. In the aspect
habitual line steppers, they going hard, nigga.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown, right? So in an aspect of he who is currently wearing the crown, he didn't put it on his head. Okay. And the fact that the spotlight is on him as is, there is an honorable obligation. And it seems like he's carrying the shit, you know what I'm saying, outstandingly. So, yo, shout out to KS. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing. And, you know what I'm saying? Y'all take care of yourself. Be safe out here in these cold ass streets with the hawk all out this bitch. Feel me? Holla.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm about to get my final statement.
I was finna get my final statement. I'm gone, bro.
Okay, Zach. My apologies. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, appreciate you, Cab, bro. This is probably gonna be next week, Wednesday. I'm gonna have my channel up. I'm gonna be cammed up and set. I got my studio set up, so I'm gonna be out. You know what I'm saying? I got the Chicago Club live going on, so that's my channel, the Chicago Club.
Chicago Club. Yeah, yeah. So, do you
Live
okay? Chicago Club Live. So, you already got it set up, correct? Or are
next
you?
week.
Oh, next
Next
week.
week,
Okay, okay.
I got to
So,
get a cloud lifter.
okay. Well, once you do that, feel free to drop the links over here, whatever you're doing, whenever
I
you see.
got you, bro. You know you more than welcome, bro.
Word, word, word. Definitely. So, and I mean, like, good luck with that. Serious stuff. Good luck with that. I hope you get thousands of subscribers and plenty of views. So,
No, I'll be alright. It's gonna be slow for the first moment. It's probably gonna be like 12 people in my chat, but I'm having all my people live cammed up. You know what I'm
okay,
saying? Hopping on from
okay. No, I'm sorry. You were finished, or you finished?
no, no, no. I'm saying it's gonna be slow for a little minute. It's gonna be low. It's probably gonna be like 12 viewers for probably like a month, and then I'm gonna switch my content up and make it harder, and I'm gonna have live shows. Everyone cammed up. I got my own people. I got my own audience before YouTube.
Oh, okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, but like I said, more sometimes in certain cases, more is better. So, but since you already have a dedicated audience, man, that's a good starting point for real. So,
It's a
like,
good 7 people that I can have cammed up on my show,
yeah,
and they
yeah.
all already agreed to join it, and they already got their mic and they got their shit, and all of them got houses and shit. Few men and like 3 women. This a fact, bro. Like I'm just realistic. I figured it out. I figured it out. I know how to do it now.
Oh, okay.
Kevin did it the other way by being a businessman, but that it's 2021. You gotta be hip for black people if you want to get their attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. You gotta put a shiny little bow on everything in order to attract it.
No,
The
I'm not gonna fake it till I make it. I'm gonna be realistic, but my platform gonna be comfortable. Anybody can come on there and say what they want, as long as you keep it in order, and long as you not go too far and be ignorant, then you good. And this is gonna prove to me over all the studies of my life. At 30 years old, having a platform, having a show, I want to see black folks come on there. They're gonna do it. I know how to get them, bro.
Yeah, 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 absolutely, man. I mean, just keep up doing what you do, and make sure that you keep fresh subject matter. That's all I'm gonna say. But you seem to already have a formula. You seem to already have what you're gonna do figured out already. So there's not much I can really tell you. I'm still pretty. I mean, I'm still pretty new myself. I do really consider myself to still be pretty new. So there's still things that I'm learning that I'm going to put forth to make this platform a lot better and a lot more interesting, especially for a viewing audience and the people who continue to come back and watch this channel. So yeah, you're much appreciated.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Kev. But 2 grand can get you a mini studio, and I'm gonna put that video out soon too. I'm gonna prove it to you.
Okay,
Two grand and get you the perfect studio.
word, word, word. I'll end up putting it in my community tab probably. Get help you help your channel grow. But shoot. Anyways, anything else you got?
No, no, that's it, bro. Go ahead, rest up, man. It's getting
Yeah,
late.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So let me just say this in closing. For anyone that's watching, my opinion never has to be your opinion. But when your opinion is low of the side that I'm on, and it's constantly repeated, then sooner or later, all I'm saying is somebody's going to offer a rebuttal. And if you get through it respectfully, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine too, because that's the nature of spaces like this. Um, you know, I would say that if you consider yourself to be a part of this manosphere, kind of consider yourself a king of sorts. And if you pay attention close enough, you'll understand what that means. But anyway, that is it for me for today. I mean, for tonight. Come see me tomorrow night. Well, I'm sure that it'll be a pretty good conversation. Thank you for the super chats, the cash apps, the panelists that came up today. Uh, appreciate everyone coming by, and also to the greatest chat on social media. Thank you for your participation as well, and thank you to the moderators that help along with that. So, anyway, guys, that's it. Thank you once again. This is Kev. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Like, share, subscribe, and Kev, we trust. See you tomorrow night.